He's the one for me, and there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line, everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. He's the one for me, and there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line, everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. He's the one for me, and there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line, everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. Street. no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. Oh, oh, everywhere you look, he's right on time. Moving to the beat. Can you feel the heat when the tires kiss the street? He's the one for me. There's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. Oh, oh, everywhere you look, he's right on time. Moving to the beat. Can you feel the heat when the tires kiss the street? He's the one for me. There's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. Oh,
It will be fun. I mean, not exactly fun, but I mean, it will be fun.
Yeah.
I am mostly prepared. They already accepted the first half. Now I have to pay, and I'll be I'll have to do some exams, so they allow me in the university,
Yeah.
But I'll be there fairly soon, I think
Mm-hmm.
I will only have like a month before going to university, so I'll have to enjoy that month. That's a free month right there, and probably the last month, that free month I'll have uh up to 6 years in the future now. If I get the right study.
Hello, hello.
Oh, hello there, Kite.
And then we're joined by the music. Oh, that was the music that just came in.
PNG just disappeared.
It did?
Yeah, I think that's because I'm really lagging right now. It's a good idea to have the music. No, I think it's gonna stabilize. Don't worry. But how's it going for you, Kite? Has it been a nice
It's
week?
going good.
Has it been a nice week? You know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's been good.
That's a good. Yeah. We got some recent topics. Well, only one. And I had 4 topics, but I think I'll leave the 4th one like for next week, like totally just one topic next week. Because I think that one could be really extensive. You know, I'll hope to get someone else for that topic, but I don't know if I'll be lucky with that. But I'll try that.
By the way, do you have a recommended channel that we talk about topics for this to be in?
Wait, what
Kind of like maybe even specifically for this, like a one of the chats. Do you have one of them set for talking about topics for the podcast?
Oh yeah,
maybe
I had one. It was the gaming scene. We used to drop the topics in there, but we stopped after a while.
gaming seeds.
I think it's in there. Yeah, I had like planned up to the 13th podcast.
Hmm,
So
okay.
there was that's where we used to drop the topics.
Okay. Oh, I'm seeing some of the old topics that have already popped up. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, but that's the other thing. Spoilers for topics will pop up there too. So because
I mean,
you
you're supposed to
the
know the topics except the secret one, but the secret one is just gonna be covered by the 2 lines, and that's
they're
all.
they've all been secret topics for me. But
Yes, because you don't read them beforehand. That's different.
hey, it's better. I'm not preparing for the topic or anything. It's coming right from my head.
Yeah, that's true. Now notice I have not been. Yeah, I have just been saying extra, and not, you know they're just in plain sight.
So I might think of topics, throw them in there, but not like read through what might be in there or what you decide on what I throw in there.
You can throw in there and I'll decide. Oh yeah, this is cool.
And people might just say that's stupid and never talk about it, but I won't know because I won't be reading.
Yeah, that's true. You can say, oh, I can say, yo, that's stupid. Let's have it as a topic. Yeah, I think that's like the best idea. If I see something like that's like, oh yeah, I don't like that topic. Let's have it. Like yeah, if you want, I don't know, like the other time you send us talk about the Tesla robot or something.
Oh yeah. Well, that was quite current event.
Yeah, that's very current.
Speaking of, there's another current event that happened. And instead, I'll just bring it up now if it's going to be a current event, and because that's just kind of what we talk about: current and later and future events.
Yeah.
There was a launch just recently of the third crew mission.
Oh, really?
Just yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was the launch of the crew mission to the space station again from
Okay.
the United States.
That's really recent, actually.
Yeah. I watched it as I was posting it in I think it was on my server in general.
Yeah, I saw that. I think you sent something there.
Yeah. 10. Oh no, it was 2 days ago. Here, watch the launch if you want to, but that was within a minute of it being launched. And then I'm like 30, 20, 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you sent it.
And then Akuma was a.
Yeah, as always.
Lift off. And then there's the spin launch system that Darkest brought up, which I'd like to talk about when and if Darkest gets here, which they
Yeah,
haven't got here yet.
Darkest might be
They
maybe. I mean, is it
they
fine?
are AFK, so they might not be home right now.
That's something.
But yeah,
Let me check on the thing. Let me turn on the Discord. Here, right here. Oh, well, that is a spoiler for the first topic. It's still there for a moment because I'm still lagging a lot.
I don't see any. Oh, I've been watching that.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
I'm only to episode 3 right now.
Oh,
because
you're
I've been
legal.
watching it really slowly.
Oh, okay.
I'm legal. What?
Oh yeah, I thought you were watching it through Netflix, and that's why you were only on episode 3.
No. It looks like there's only 5 episodes out right now, but
6.
Oh, there's 6? Oh, okay. So in between me watching, one might have come out, but I'm just watching it slowly. It's not that I'm watching it through Netflix jail. I hate anime that have gone to Netflix jail because they'll be out for a year. Like, there is the episodes out for a year, and Netflix will wait forever. But apparently, is Netflix showing this as the episodes come out, or no? They waited till
they're waiting some more.
Oh, yeah.
Like when the first episode was launched, and Netflix had only when the first episode on Netflix was launched, there was already 2 episodes out, and now that Netflix on the 3rd episode, there is 6 out. So,
so a couple years ago, I had a Crunchyroll account, and I was accepting of streaming, and I was going to get a Netflix account. But then I found out, Netflix just holds their anime in jail and doesn't show them as they come out. Never mind, I will never have a Netflix account for watching anime. I'll just torrent the Netflix ones and keep the, Crunchyroll account. Well, then Crunchyroll started every month for a couple months, increasing their price by $1. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I stopped their service, and they went to like $20-something, and then just recently they're like, okay, we're now down to $12 a month. You want to come back? I'm like, no, I'm never coming back. There's too many services now. Funimation has split off from you, and all of those anime are somewhere else. Netflix has a bunch of anime. Amazon has a bunch of anime. So now it's pirate time again, because you guys destroyed the system that we had that was so good, where there was only three big streaming services that you needed. Now you have to have 20 in order to get everything. No, thank you. I'll pirate.
Yep. Let's go piracy.
Yo ho. And I hate the word pirating because that implies that you're making a false copy that then you're selling instead of them getting the money and selling. But no, I'm not going to pay them ever, so they were never going to get that money. Also, I'm not stealing or making something. I'm making a legitimate copy of something. So it doesn't count as pirating. It counts as, I forgot the word for it. There's another word for what this is.
Appropriation.
It's just copying. It's just copying. You can't call it pirating. You could only call it copying.
I mean, yeah, I can see why.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is.
And before, the idea of copying, like, let's say somebody makes a hammer and you make the exact same hammer. That's just you making a hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, true.
Where's this? Okay, pirating used to be somebody would have gold coins, and then you would then make gold coins but fill them with copper or something to make a fake gold coin that isn't worth as much as the other gold coin. But if you made a full gold coin, the same weight, size, and everything, well, what's the problem? You just made a gold coin that's worth the exact same amount as the British gold coin. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's
So
just gonna be called a copy.
So that's not pirating per se. That's just making an exact copy. Now
Yeah.
it used to be that when you a gold coin, like let's say a British gold coin, a British sovereign gold coin, was worth a little more than the gold coin itself. So the gold, it could be considered pirating back then. But
Yeah, I can see.
nowadays, a $50 gold coin is worth $2,000.
Wow, that's that's a little bit more. Just like a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I happen to have one right now, a 2-ounce Buffalo American gold coin. It says that it's worth $50 on the back. Yeah, right. This is a $2020 coin.
Wow, that's a little bit over the price that they said, but it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not much of a difference, That's expensive.
Here, I'll take a picture of it and put it in the plate.
Oh, what the fuck is happening?
Yes. Yes happened.
Yes. Oh, my screen just went black. That's not a good sign. It's fine now. That was scary. Not gonna lie.
Did anyone else ever have that problem like on their Windows 10 computer when they would turn on, you'd log in and then there's just no screen?
Oh, that
It
happened.
was just black.
Yeah, that happened
Yeah,
once
you don't get
or
your mouse.
twice.
I've had that recently, and what I did to fix that was I pressed Control Shift Exit, and then what's it called? A task manager popped up, and then I canceled it's Explorer. I told Explorer to close because I think Explorer messed up, and force closing Explorer reopens Explorer again, and then the desktop popped up.
Yeah, that's what I figured out. Because I noticed before, just messing around on the computer, if I turned off Explorer, it would just, the taskbar and the desktop and everything would go away. So I just figured out if I checked it, and on my computer, it was just not starting. So I'd go into Task Manager and start it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never had to manually start Explorer. I've just turned it off or killed the task and let it automatically restart.
I think I'm the dumbest one. Then. I just turn off the computer and then turn it on again, and it works.
Well, hey, that's a valid work too. All three of our fixes have.
I mean,
fixed
it
That
fixed
means it's
over
fixed.
time, but I didn't got what was the problem.
Yeah. The even more extreme fixes. Oh, my screen is black. You turn off the computer, wipe it, and put Windows back on it. That's a valid fix, even though it took you.
I've done that.
You're like, that's the nuclear option of fixing.
I'm playing these games.
My game just froze. Turned off computer. Time to wipe.
Nah, bro.
This is the computer.
Chrome crashed. All right, destroy computer, build new computer, reinstall Windows.
Throw computer into trash. Oh, I'm buying a new one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've seen a situation somewhat like that. I heard so there was this lady that I was working with. Or working for that, she spilled coffee on her keyboard, so she threw away the computer and went and bought a new one.
What happens, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You could have the computer.
This was like 10 or 15 years ago, so at the time and the kind of computer she had, it wasn't worth like me being like, oh, I could have fixed that, and where is it? And it wasn't expensive or anything, but it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's funny. If it were a recent computer, I would like, oh, well, can you give it to me? And it's trash and everything. I mean, it's a computer. There's something valuable in it still.
Yeah, I posted the coin in plate.
Yeah, I'm still seeing this can spin or throw rockets thingo in this page.
Mhm.
The 11 minutes video, I'm just watching it.
Oh, okay.
I got a dollar coin. It's about my coin collection.
You have a coin collection?
Not really. It's not even a collection. I just have the only, like, I guess thing that's a collectible. I have a wheat penny and a silver dollar.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
that's how. So before I had this, that I have wheat pennies. I have a steel penny, a silver quarter, and a silver dime. But now I'm starting to buy more silver and gold this year. So this coin right here, well, not this year. This coin, for example, is from 2006, so it's not that recent. I'll take a picture of the other side. But then I just got done buying a set of silver dollars, full dollars, not half dollars, that are from the year 2000 all the way up to the year 2021.
oh, I see. That's actually a long time. Look
Yeah,
at
so I decided to get all 20 years plus 2, because I want to collect all the years.
that's epic, you know?
Yeah. And the
Gotta
silver
get them all.
coins, it's way easier to do with because they're worth like $30 each. Whereas the gold coins, it's gonna take me forever because they're worth like $2,000 each.
Oh wait, the silver dollars actually have more than $1 worth. Or is that?
Yeah, so their face value. So the coin that I just showed you it's a $50 coin, but that's a $2,000 coin in the gold price. The silver dollars, they're $1, but they're worth $30.
Oh,
Never knew that.
that's a big difference, huh? Actually,
Yeah.
an actual difference.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think my silver dollar is from 1974, and the wheat penny, I think it's 1930 something.
oh yeah, wheat pennies. Those are some older guys.
Yeah.
One of the gold coins, like numismatic old ones that I want to get, is the $2.50 coin from the 1940s.
Oh, hell yeah, 2.5.
Yeah.
How much will it be worth, today with the inflation and everything?
It's still a
I gotta
$500
get one of those
coin.
$1,000 bills.
$1,000 bills. I'm not too keen on going for the paper ones. I want to go for the rare metal ones.
I mean, yeah, the paper ones can, be destroyed by fire.
Well, it's more that the paper ones,
Can also be destroyed by water.
they're a high percentage of their value is in the numismatic value, whereas these coins that I'm collecting, a majority of their price is just because they're the metal. You know,
Yeah.
and that price can only go up, especially with the inflation where we have right now. We're over 15% inflation, so
Oh, that's high.
yeah, they like to say that, oh, it's only 6%. Yeah, that's if you disinclude gas prices that have increased, food prices that have increased, and a couple other things you have to disclude in order for it to be 6% that they're talking about.
You have
To
double my inflation. Oh, cow.
Yeah.
Oh, more
yeah.
than
In
double.
order to get the real inflation value, like say, oh yeah, hey, this is what the real inflation is you look at the price that you're charging other countries for items that you're exporting and how much that has changed. Everything we're exporting is now 15% higher price than what we were charging a year ago.
Oh, I see.
So if it's costing Australia 15% more for the stuff we're selling them, it's costing us that much more for those items as consumers in America.
That makes sense.
Someone's selling a 1974 silver dollar for $12,000.
Wow.
Is it in a big plastic case and it says it's like value or how? Not value, but is it like MS65 or MS70 or MS50?
I mean, there's a grade tag on it, but it's not filled out.
Oh, so it's not an official. I forgot what they call the company that does it. There's two companies, one that starts with an N and one that starts with a P, and it's 4 letters.
Which one's the 4-letter ones?
PGSE. Oh, here.
I was gonna make
This
a
is,
this
this
is
is the
joke,
exact
but
one. This is the exact one I have.
Oh, so this is a $50. Oh no, this is a full dollar. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just in a random case. This is
It's-
not the price. This is also not a real silver one because it's from 1974. 1965 and older is what has the 100% silver.
oh,
So this is only like 10% silver. The coin that I'm showing you in my hands right now has a higher numismatic and silver value than that coin that you're showing.
that is wrong.
How is this?
Why are they selling for like $12? I don't get this.
Well, okay, so look at they're selling the same shop is selling steel pennies for $12,000 and $72,000, and it's
Okay,
not
I'll
like
find this.
it's not like they're S from San Francisco, which San Francisco printed pennies are rarer because that's when there's an overflow of need for the pennies because they didn't print enough. You know what I mean, stamp out enough of them, so the San Francisco mint makes more later. These are from Delaware, which that's where a lot of coins come from. That's why you see D under them. There's nothing under them. I
Right.
don't remember where they're from. No print mark. That might be original run. Delaware is okay, we need a little more. San Francisco is when okay, we really need more pennies right now. We're going to print a bunch of them, or maybe even only 500 of them. That's why the ones with S's typically are the ones that cost a lot because sometimes they'll only make 400, 500, 600 of them. Whereas there's millions upon millions with the D mark and billions without any mark.
I should look at the one I had, see what mark it has on it.
For what year? And just because it has an S doesn't mean it's rare. It's just a certain year with the S mark will make it rarer.
Oh, I see.
And then there are certain years where Delaware couldn't make any because this happened, so only 50 coins came out because they started making them and there was a fire or something and San Francisco had to make the rest. So if you have that one coin from that year that was made, only 50 of them, that's going to be worth $1 million or something, you know.
That's a high one.
So a lot of the reasons for coins to be expensive is very circumstantial. Why there was few of them, and the reason for all of them is exactly the same reason. There's not a lot of them. The least amount of the coin available, the higher the price.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's numismatic value.
I see the buffalo ones.
The buffalo.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. And you also have the steel one. Very cool one. Actually.
Yeah. And so you see how the buffalo coin is smaller than the silver one. Well,
Yeah.
they're both exactly 1 ounce in weight, but 1 ounce of silver
More than
takes a lot more silver than 1 ounce of gold.
Yes. That's a good buffalo.
I think they do have a silver buffalo. I'll look it up.
The silver one, actually.
The other side, there's an eagle, so that's why it's called an American eagle. I'll take a picture now.
I just noticed you have like.
Yeah.
I have a 1974 Eisenhower silver dollar.
1974. Okay. I think. Why is 1974 one of the years that you see a lot of them?
Maybe they made a lot of them.
Yeah, probably the one they made the most, or something like that. Why are you lagging so much, computer?
according to this Nismatic coin value website, it's worth $8 if it's pretty good condition, circulation. So not like looking for anything perfect. It can only go up from that if the coin looks good. There was 3 million of them made.
Okay, wait. What about the small $1 coins?
The small, like Sacagawea, or
You also have $1 coin.
or not Sacagawea. I forgot the name of it. I haven't seen one of those in forever. The silver one with the lady on it.
The Liberty Coin?
No, we're talking about the dollar with the person who made the flag,
Oh, hello there, Darkest.
Oh, hello.
and it has
just spoke up.
it has angles on its edges instead of it being a perfectly round.
Yeah, I know
dollar.
which one you're talking about. I got a couple of those sitting around somewhere.
I
Oh,
think
hell
I
yeah.
have.
Take it.
What's and it's her name. They call it her name something.
Yeah, hold on. It's a quarter, right?
No, it's $1.
Well, yeah, but it's the size of a quarter.
It's a little bit bigger than a quarter. I'd forgotten about those completely. I think they're not. I think there was a lot of them made, so they barely even have a numismatic.
Mhm.
Sure.
But you,
It is pretty rare. I mean, you didn't know about them, so they might be really rare, actually.
Because that's not actual gold. That's like a brass.
Oh,
Betty Ross.
Betty Ross.
Mm-hmm. That's the name of the lady.
okay. Time to Google. Is it how much? How worth? What's the value now?
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Oh, and then the silver dollar. I was saying it was 10%. No, that silver dollar that you have is 0.3 ounces of silver in it.
Oh,
You need to
serious.
go. You need to go to 1965, I think.
You'll make more money off of... Okay, if you have a 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin...
Susan B. Anthony. That's the name
Yeah.
of it. Susan
I
B.
think that's
Anthony.
another one. She might have designed it? I can't remember. I've got a couple of those laying around somewhere.
Yeah, that's the one that I was
Uh,
thinking of.
Hold on. eBay. First coin company.
Well, we were looking at a silver dollar that was being sold for $12,000. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
I saw one that's like worth 25.
but it's
25
not.
grand.
It's not. No, the one that they're showing was not worth that.
Yeah.
There's no reason. The marks don't make it any reason to be that.
Eisenhower, 1964.
Unless you can prove that there's only like 10 of those made or something.
Yeah.
Usually you want like the double proofed or ones or whatever it is.
Oh, it says 12,000 or make an offer.
Yeah.
Offer them $1.
$1.50.
I think it will be funny, actually.
Yeah.
Now I want to do it just because I think it will be funny.
So there's 1999 Susan B. Anthony's.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1999.
And okay, years issue. So the full dollar coin, they never had those issued before 1971. So those never had any large silver content. They have the 0.1 or 0.3 silver percent. And then the Susan B. Anthony coins, they started in 1979. So they never had a substantial silver content either.
Okay,
So
did you not stream today?
No, I just my stream would have started. Oh
Just
yeah,
a
it
little
would have
while
started.
ago. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, a little while ago. So I start. I'll start my stream if I feel like there's going to be an hour or two between Nexes. But if Nex starts first, I'll start with him first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't miss an announcement or something. I don't know what time it is yet.
Or I forgot to announce.
Yeah.
Oh
I've
yeah,
done
what
that a
time is
couple
it for
times.
you, Darkest? Because Akuma was
It-
telling me how the hour changed now, and she's
Yeah,
the same hour.
it would have been 7:49 right now. It's 6:49 right now, so it's almost 7.
Wow,
Mhm.
1 hour earlier now.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is it's 5:49 for me. So I think me and
Oh
you have the same time.
no,
Me and you, no.
No. I'm talking about not same time,
Next.
but I mean me and Next. Next, you don't do daylight savings, do you?
no, I don't do it.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
don't
God.
either. So our times never changed
Oh yeah,
in
never
correlation
changed.
with each other.
Still hours ahead.
Yeah. Oh, our times never changed, but my streaming time has, because I changed my streaming time an hour forward or hour back to correlate with everybody else.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, there's where you guys are. You're talking about the stuff that's in plate. Okay.
Yes.
I started this stream later than I wanted to because I had exams, so I am out of the exams at uh, around 4 p.m. because well, actually more like 5 p.m. but like 4 p.m. But the teacher decided to throw a surprise exam technically, so I just did it at 6 p.m. because my brother was using the computer for his exam first, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to do some other chores. So yeah, I started a little bit later than I anticipated. I wanted to start like 5 actually, like 5 p.m.
I was until like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, hold on. I'm live on there with them.
But yeah, I was
Patrick,
we
Scruff.
The daylight savings, Akuma's now on the same hour, so that's something cool.
yeah.
Uh, who else does the daylight savings?
Who else does it? All of the United States except for Hawaii and Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
Why can't I hear zone?
Arizona, because we didn't believe in that bullshit, and a lot of other states are thinking about it, doing the same thing.
Stopping it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know what difference it does, but I mean, it's something.
Well, everybody originally, so here's another thing. All of South America except for Brazil, I think, doesn't do daylight savings. Brazil and another country.
I'll have to check that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the daylight saving thing, I only heard it twice in my life. Like some weeks ago when Akuma told me, and in regular show, but that's all.
Yeah. And a lot of Europe. Okay, it's back and forth with Europe. Like China doesn't do daylight savings. Japan, I think, does. Australia does. But yeah,
Kind of
Except for
weird,
them
but
and
I don't understand what difference it does to anything.
they explain or say that it's for farming, but farmers don't care about daylight savings either. They just go by when the sun, an hour before the sun comes up and the hour before the sun comes down is kind of their degrees of deciding things. Other than that, it's all administrative. So it costs more. So example with Arizona, we don't have as many car crashes the day after daylight savings like all of the other states do, and
They
other
actually have more
problems
car crashes just the day after.
because people are tired.
Uh,
They lost an hour, or they gained the gaining the hours.
The gaining the hour is a screwy one, yeah. The losing the hour is not so bad.
Yeah,
Because you wake up on your when you gain the hour, you wake up and suddenly you're an hour late if your alarm didn't go off. It's not such a big deal anymore since your phone's automatically swapped, and most people alarm clocks is a phone. But back in the day, whenever you had to manually swap your alarm clock over to make it happen, it screwed with people real bad apparently.
Well, even so, even still with that, unless they're falling asleep appropriately at the right time, people will naturally not want to appropriately sleep at the right time, then fall asleep at the wrong time, wake up at the right time, and then be really tired in the morning.
Yeah, because they actually got 4 hours of sleep instead of 5 or something. Or,
Yeah.
it's not such a big deal whenever you get 7 and you got 7 instead of 8.
Yeah.
But if you pushed it close and you went to bed at midnight and you had to wake up at 4, you'll lose an hour, so you only get 3. Really
That's
screws with people.
painful. Yeah.
But there's still a lot of manual changeover that has to happen in banks and other systems, that there's millions of dollars spent every time that this happens.
Any
Whereas
analog clock has to be changed over guaranteed, so like
Yeah.
historic ones inside town squares and stuff have to be.
Yeah.
You have to pay them an hour to go and change it or whatever.
And even digital and servers and stuff like that, there's a lot of stuff that's ancient out there that's still being used, especially when it comes to government. And then anytime a government official has to do anything, it costs a couple $100 each one of those people that have to do something because administrative costs and everything. So that's where we're wasting millions of dollars, if not billions now, in just the changeover per state. Whereas in Arizona, when that happens, we have to pay a couple thousand in just accepting what other states are doing, because we have to do things too because of it. Like changeover, I don't know, maybe our own specific clocks that look at their times. Oh, New York is this time now.
Yeah.
I see.
But yeah.
Well then,
But yeah.
At the very least, I'll say, some have 1 hour more, to enjoy the day, and by some I mean people that don't work.
Well, the only time it really affects anybody is if you're actually up late enough on that Saturday night going into Sunday to be able to go to the bar and drink for an additional hour, because when it hits 2 o'clock when the bars are normally closed, suddenly it's 1 a.m.
Oh, there's that. I forgot about that part. Yeah.
It is not fun to do that. Terrible time.
Oh.
I mean, it
Something
probably
else.
is. I'm just old, so
I mean,
there we go.
drinking 1 additional hour. I mean,
No, but sleeping that way is great, because you'll like wake up and you're like, man, I feel great. And you look over and it's like even earlier than it normally is. Like, oh my god.
I can see that. Yeah, by the way, what's your hour, Kasui?
It is right around 8.
Oh, okay, so you're also with my hour in that case. It's almost 8. So yeah. Oh, let's begin with topics because yeah. So the first topic, we just talked a little bit about it before because Kite saw it, and yeah, I'll talk about this anime that just came out on not just most recently then. Yeah. It's which is Komi-san. I don't know if you've seen it, Darkest.
Oh yeah, no, I read that. It's good.
Yeah.
I wanna read it as well because I was watching the anime and on several sites. There's feels that there's still things that are not translated completely. So yeah, I'll have to go to it.
If you can watch it, I think that'll be better, because the gags and the jokes and stuff would be better suited for like a visual thing.
Yeah. I've been like on third of it because I've been watching it late. Because it's a thing. Some of my most enjoyable animes, I'll be watching like an episode per week just because I feel like watching it like that. And this is a couple of them is because that's how it came out. So much watching the first episode the day it came out that I amazingly liked it. But then this one,
Kami-san wa Kami-yoshu desu or whatever.
Yeah.
Kami-san can't communicate. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I am on episode 6.
I really like the opening.
The opening is fire.
For this. Yeah.
Look at that then real quick.
You should look at the opening. Oh, well, what do you call
I
it?
usually-
Opening something. Opening.
OST.
No,
you
not OST.
OP. I've done that for years. It's OP. It's an OP, and yeah, there it goes. But yeah, the person that's singing apparently is the voice actor for Tadano, and I didn't notice that, so I asked my sister, "Oh yeah, it is that artist that she's a fan girl of, and she almost killed me." So that's a fun experience.
It's cool when there's voice actors that actually sing in the OP or ED.
Yeah, I think they also do that in Nishio opening. But I'm not.
Yeah.
Nishijo's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm trying to remember. I think Fruits Baskets. That one's ending. One of the endings had them all singing in it.
Oh, I have
Like
not
a lot
seen
of the
Fruit
characters.
Baskets.
What's
One
this?
person in the server that's like so obsessed with it. And one time, just saw one of his stories, and I was just talking about a character, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, is this? Oh yeah, what's this character from?" And she says, "Well, Fruit Basket." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not even impressed anymore."
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, wait, there's also another anime that they sing in. I think this one's on Netflix, but it's current on Tuesday. It's a really good anime, by the way. It's enjoyable, except for the ending is amazing, but they have an open ending even at the end. They actually just say it will continue in your mind. So fuck it. That wasn't nice of them. Not at all. Oh yeah, yeah. We're moving on from the topic. So yeah, comics can communicate. I was planning on reading it because, as I said, there was by some I mean a lot of things that were untranslated. So I'm not getting the full context of what's happening there. So yeah, I'll have to read it. I say. Yeah, but it's amazing. The animation is pretty. I say top tier.
Mhm.
The history
Yeah.
is like really nice. Like, actually,
I never looked up. I never looked up the actual animation company for this one. It doesn't. It's not like it stands out as it's this company. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Mhm.
I wonder who does this. I'm gonna have to look it up.
And now I'm curious. Look it up. But yeah. I think the animation is pretty good. The color,
Yeah, it's very good.
it's amazing, of course.
Be right
There's,
back.
there's a character that I think Kite still has. Kite encounters a character, but we'll encounter a lot more now. Next chapter, I'm pretty sure, in the next episode. And let me tell you, you will
So-
not like it. You will hate it, probably. You'll be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?"
So the company that made this is called OLM. They did Pokemon in 1997.
What?
They did
Oh hell!
yeah. I'm looking for another popular, well-known one, and there's a lot of weird names. Card Fight. They did Card Fight. Beyblade.
Oh hell yeah! Which Beyblade? There's like 1,000.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Beyblades on here.
Oh,
So it's a bunch
damn.
of those. It's a bunch of those kind of animes. So this is like maybe their first like big out in animations apparently from like kiddie shows. And then they did movies. So they did Pokemon the first movie, Pokemon 2000, Pokemon 3, Celebi. So all of the Pokemon movies.
Oh,
They're just Pokemon. Tamagotchi
Pokemon,
movie.
Beyblade.
Professor. Yeah. Here, let's see if there's a well-known company. I mean, well-known movie besides the Pokemon ones. No, it looks like they're all Pokemon movies. And then Cyborg 009 Call of Justice, the movie. I've never heard or
Not heard
watched
of that.
that. So
We should. Sounds funny.
yeah. Yeah, so this maybe is maybe their big break into main or what would you call this mainstream anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also something out of the usual shonen. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And the usual kid, low budget kid cartoon, forever anime. Because people aren't watching Pokemon the cartoons very much because of their animation.
I mean, I don't know. I used to watch Pokemon like once, and it wasn't even that much because it's cool and everything, but there's a game for a reason. There's a game.
But yeah, so with the Pokemon, it was all or overshadowed by 4Kids because all they did was bringing it over here. But OLM Inc. was the company that actually made the animation. Huh.
I think
they only have 216 employees.
Wow.
Who
What?
produces it?
Who produces what?
Whatever you're talking about.
OLM Inc. This is the animation studio that made the whatever her name is, Can't Communicate. They also made Komi-san Can't Communicate. They did a lot of Pokemon and all of the Pokemon movies. Now they didn't do all of the Pokemon. No. All of the Pokemon movies. I'm looking at the Pokemon movies. I'm just seeing almost all of them up until 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. But
in the most
with the
recent
Pokemon, but with the Pokemon TV series, I think they stopped somewhere in the 90s.
Okay.
And another studio picked it up.
That makes sense though, because every movie that I've ever seen for a Pokemon seems to have the same animation to it.
And
but
it's
the
old
series is different.
It's the old Pokemon animation. It looks very familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty different to Komi-san actually. I don't
Yeah, there's that. But if you look at them thinking about this company, they would have, you would be like, oh, okay, yeah. It's just like anything made by A1 Pictures. There's a lot of them that look different, but you can tell it's made by A1 Pictures. Or another one is the one that had the fire recently. KyoAni. KyoAni. Any KyoAni movie or TV show, even the ones that are off to the complete different looking of theirs, you can still tell it's a KyoAni animation. Mm-hmm. But this one, because all of their shows have been kid shows and stuff like that, up until this this one. It's
something
that's
different.
Why it's something different. When I said who's the animation studio, and I looked it up, and no wonder I was confused about who it was.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with animation, so they're doing a great job. I hope this opens more to them because it's actually like great animation.
One thing that I'm reading is a lot of their animators in 2007 moved over to White Fox.
Oh.
That's another studio. So that's another thing that happens with studios too, is that their animators might move over to a better animation studio.
And then they end up going into the back of the whatever.
Yeah, back of the line, or
lower
in the choices of who's going to turn this manga into an anime. Well, you're the lowest bidder.
Yep.
Usually what happens.
No, well, then the opposite happens, like with what is Fate the Fate series, or with what's another one where they have unlimited Monogatari.
Yeah, they have unlimited power.
They send it to the studio that, here, we have billions of dollars. Try to use as much of it as possible.
I feel like that's what they do with Nichijou to some makes an insane amount of animation to everything. It's
Well-
just so normal.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Well, okay. So besides One Piece and the other forever animes, isn't Bakemonogatari like the highest up there in anime sales, manga sales?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure it had to be.
It might even be above some of the forever animes, or maybe even here. I'll have to see.
Oh, wait, now that you mentioned One Piece, I don't know, did they change the animation studio on One Piece, or did you just evolve?
I have not. I'm not interested in One Piece that much at all, so I have no idea on that.
Yeah, I don't know on that one. I didn't after watching like the 2 seasons that came out of 4Kids TV back in the 90s. No, the early anime.
Yeah, Four
On that
Kids
one, I
kind
read
of
it
ruined
sometimes.
it for me, and then I got past the Four Kids stuff, but it's just really screwy and weird.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so sad. I really like it. Oh yeah, apparently it changed the studio.
Okay, that makes sense. So
Oh wait. Hmm. Give me 1 second.
Chainsaw Man is number 5 on top selling series.
Chainsaw Man is amazing. So yeah.
I think that's 'cause
Oh
it's
no,
so
this is
new.
animation. Never mind. Here.
You also got to think top.
Here, I'm gonna go with just One Piece's first. Galogo 13.
I don't even
Dragon
know
Ball
what that is.
is
Yeah,
third.
that makes sense.
I thought you were gonna say
Naruto.
Dragon Maid.
Naruto is 4th. Detective Conan. Does it count when it's been going on forever?
I feel like it doesn't, but
And Shin-Chan is up there too.
oh my god.
That's been going on since 1990 until present. A lot of
Yeah.
these, a lot of these have ended a long time ago. But Doraemon,
Okay, I see. So One Piece
Oh my god.
changed the
One
One
Piece is
Piece
nearly as old as
animation
Pokemon.
was also by Toei Animation, and they haven't changed the studio. They just changed the form of how it was drawn on episode 934.
Galogo 13 still, it's the oldest one? What the hell?
oh yeah, so 1968 to present.
What?
Yes,
What?
Yes.
That's old.
that's a little bit. That's well, yeah, that's a bit out there. Oh
Imagine
no,
how- I wonder how much of a pain in the butt it is to get the original series, like the original books out of it.
I bet they reprint like every 10 years, start the first again, and then that's how they're making so much in millions again.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. What is the criteria on this? Oh, approximate sales.
Yeah.
So it's originally on proximate sales, but then there's sales volume on how much they've made on it. Like, because maybe they're overpricing it. If you change it over to that, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure goes. Oh no, that's what? Oh, wait,
What?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is like the lowest.
I'm not surprised at that.
$0.76 million.
I'm not surprised at that.
Whereas
Oh.
Demon Slayer is the highest at 6 million.
You know,
But that's because they can overcharge the price. That shouldn't count. It's the amount of the actual. Well, you could almost argue both ways, because the amount of them could have been more if they didn't overcharge.
Yeah.
But maybe we should go more by the criteria of how many thousands of them sold instead of how much
Yeah,
in
how much they
sales.
charged.
Yeah. So One Piece is the winner there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bakemonogatari is not up here at all.
Well.
Interestingly.
How the turntable.
Unless, oh, that was
It's-
a novel. That wasn't.
Yeah,
that wasn't.
it wasn't
a
series.
manga.
It's like one, and then they're starting to make the manga now.
Oh,
yeah.
well, damn. I'm still waiting for more.
Yeah, because it was like
well,
a single like three.
But this
or,
is
you know,
all.
released
This is all
or something.
manga. What we're looking at. This is not novels. Whereas in novels, I bet they were one of the highest selling novels in Japan.
Probably.
Probably.
Check for novels. There's a lot of things here that I don't know.
It was a light novel, so that's a manga.
Crystal's the North Star. Oh, I know that one.
I'm gonna look at them
Confuses the
specifically and see
ever-living
where
hell out of me.
where
Yeah,
they
light novel.
how many millions in sales did they do, or
oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
because it should say on the webpage for that, or on the Wikipedia for that.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's
Monogatari just means
Oh.
story.
Yes,
That makes sense. Okay, that
Yeah,
makes all
that-
the names make more sense.
yeah.
I don't know why. Whenever I tried to look this stuff up before, it didn't give me anything for it. It gave me like no information. So I'm just like, man, screw this.
Yo, Doraemon was done in 1969. That's nice.
Oh yeah, nice. That's an old series.
Began the topic.
Dora-
And then Monogatari is just Monogatari is story. Then Bakemonogatari, that is monster story.
Yeah.
And then Nezumonogatari, cat story.
Yeah.
Or
No,
yeah.
Nisei?
Nisei.
No, Neko would be cat.
Neko, yeah, that was after.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sister
It's fake.
story.
No,
What?
Nisei.
Nisei-
Nisei is fake.
Oh, fake story. Okay.
Mhm.
There is.
And then there's
there
Kuro,
is-
which is
there
black.
is- yeah, there is sister story. I
There's
forgot how to say.
Oh,
Nessie.
that's Nisei.
No,
Yes.
Nis. Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah, Nisei or Nisei. It's something. They do their vowels weird.
No, okay.
Decoy story. Okay, decoy story makes sense. It has a doll in it.
Oh yeah.
Demon Slayer.
The
there's
no
one called
mask girl.
Yeah, there's one called Love Story in it. Slope Story. Hana Monogatari.
Flower
I think I've
story.
seen that one, yeah. Kabuki Monogatari.
No, it's
Oh,
There's Slope.
way
Huh.
too many of these things.
Sheer.
Zoko
Going down and keeps going.
Ora. Then there's the Zoko Ora Monogatari. Ori.
Yeah, continued end story. So that's like the last one of everything.
Damn, Dead Note is like pretty. I mean, it is still a lot of sales. 30 million.
Oh, there was anime that came out recently that was made by the people who did Death Note. I forgot what it was, but I was kind of interested of maybe checking that one out.
Who made Dead Note?
I'm not going by the animation company. I'm going by the writer.
Oh,
The
okay.
animation company is I forgot. It was a popular one, somewhat.
Dead
But
Note
the
was
story
by-
writer, I think it was like a one-off. That was his only popular one,
Ooh, I see.
which ends up happening with a lot of them. But then there's some writers that they make good after good after good ones, you know.
There's
Here's an example. Anybody, the guy that writes One Piece or Naruto or Dragon Ball, they're not going to have that many other. If they instead made a bunch of different manga and anime, I think they would have never made as much as if they. Oh, this one became popular. Let's just milk it.
that makes sense actually. To focus on what the people want.
Yeah, Science Zero. They make that they make a lot of good anime, like one right after another.
But I mean,
The person-
wisely maybe.
the person that made Devilman Crybaby,
Oh yeah.
Lou over the wall. What's another one? Tatami Galaxy. Yeah, that one was a good one.
I mean, the map is also a great one. They're making change one, so that's something.
Uh-huh.
And animation was like really nice. You know, people were crying about the 3D on Attack on Titan. But
Attack on oh yeah, the 3D in Attack on Titan that I saw, it's not been that great. There's only been one company that I liked the 3D anime out of, and that's Studio Orange or Citrus. There's two studios. They both make good anime. Studio Orange and Studio Citrus. Studio
we talked
Citrus
about
is
this.
the one that makes Made in Abyss. Yeah, and Studio Orange, I think, is the one that made Beastars and the Crystal Girls. I forgot the name of it. Land of the Lustrous.
Yeah, you told that.
Studio Shaft.
And then there's Studio Shaft.
I'm sorry. Anytime I see that, I'm just like, what is this?
There's Studio Citrus. Oh yes, we like the fruit. And then there's Studio Orange, another fruit. And then you've been Studio Shafted.
You walk through the front door.
And then the thing that Studio Shaft is known for is their characters breaking their necks.
Yeah.
The shaft neck.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've just been Studio Shafted in the neck. What? Sorry.
See, and that's the thing. I was reading Bakemonogatari, because it's a real decent manga now. It's actually releasing chapters one at a time. I don't know why, but they don't do that with their neck. They do look over their shoulder and stuff, but most of the time it's like normal.
In the manga?
Yeah, it's like normal.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
then it is a shaft thing.
But because in the manga it's not done by Shaft. Once you've been shafted,
Neck
go
breaks.
because even the art
they
style
did Madoka.
Yeah, I was about to say the art style difference between Monogatari and Madoka is drastically different, but they still do the shaft neck.
Mm-hmm. Pretty Boy Detective Club. Sounds kind of weird.
Is this the Shaft one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're actually making 2 new Madoka things this year.
Yes, I saw. I'm not. I've kind of lost some interest in. When they ended with the movies, that was kind of the end of it. But I wonder where they're gonna go after that, because there's not much more they can go after that ending in that movie. If you've seen the movies, oh my god.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'll have to look at it later.
Okay, yeah. So if you've seen the series, the first couple movies, they just retell the series, and then the last 2, I think, or the last movie, just the last movie itself, shows you what happens afterwards, and it ends. It just it ends.
It's just done.
Yeah.
What's up? Hello there, Motayan.
There is some kind of multiverse like stuff that goes on, but it essentially ends. Because with multiverse theory, you can make things go on forever.
I mean,
And
that's true.
that looks like the route that they're going for the rest of it, or it's prequel stuff. I don't know. I haven't looked very much, other than after watching the movie, being like, and what? How? Yeah, you could make more Madoka stuff, but you're not really making more Madoka stuff. What's a good example? Another example that you know of that they could,
or they've ended something and they tried to keep going with it.
In Evangelion, they just keep going. Oh yeah, there's more things. There's more. You know, there's more.
Yeah.
Yeah, to some extent, that one's one of those.
Here's another example. Girls Last Tour. If they made more Girls Last Tour, what would you think?
No. Just no.
That ended definitively.
Yeah. They both died.
And they were the last ones.
Yeah. Well, you don't know that they're the exact last ones, because there could be an area that they're trying to get to.
But they explain in the manga that
I have not read the
nobody
manga.
was on the ship.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that a little bit.
Yeah. That's when they were high on weed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I keep forgetting that they did that. Because they just find it one day. And they're like, hey, what's this? Let's smoke it.
Yeah, you can have the bad anime explanation. 2 girls find alcohol and weed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Two girls find alcohol and weed in their search for food.
You know, it is food somewhat. You know, it is somewhat food. You know, if you can eat that and
Mhm.
survive, it is food.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another series that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Death Note. How would they make more Death Note?
The only
mean,
way they could is if they followed
another-
the one girl.
If they followed another person instead.
No,
Yeah.
because they could follow the crazy girlfriend.
Yeah, but then that's Death Note was light Yagami. It was not. Well, you could say it's the Death Note and the Shimigami, but I feel that Death Note, the majority of what made that story was light.
Yeah,
Just like Code Geass. If at the end of, I think this is a
Don't
major
spoil.
spoiler
I
of
have
an
not seen
ancient.
Code Geass.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay, then I won't. I won't spoil it for you, but they can't make more Code Geass if that ending is true. But that one is an open ending.
Mm-hmm.
But if what they made it show to be is true, they couldn't make any more.
Wait, there's a series that they could keep making. They actually did. It is Psychopaths, because it is.
Oh yeah, Psychopaths. They could keep on going, I believe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the last season actually.
I'm
Then there's a couple
looking at it
movies.
at the moment.
Hmm.
Some chapters, but I am not that much into it, because especially because if you have seen at least one episode of the last season, they don't have Candace Memory. I don't like that. I want my girl in there, so I mean, it's not an incentive for me to keep looking. Well, whatever.
Is there I have a question for people that might know alcohol. Is there a way for alcohol to go bad in that it starts tasting more like rubbing alcohol instead of good alcohol?
No, I don't think there is, because it's the ethyl alcohol that would have to change into isopropyl.
I have this gin that I've had sitting in my room, and I'm halfway. Oh, I'm 3/4 of the way done with it, but it's now tasting bad to me.
I don't know. Maybe
I think that's gonna be your.
Maybe my
I
personal.
think that's gonna either personal taste or into. Hold on a second.
something falls.
It's giving me a rubbing alcohol vibe now.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't mix it up before drinking, and now all the good taste is off the top. That's the only other thing I could think of.
Yeah.
That it's separated, and
oh my god.
I know it's not. I know that it's not fully rubbing alcohol and will make me blind. I'm just wondering why this is not enjoyable anymore to me.
Isopropyl won't make you blind. It'll make you really fucking sick. Methanol will make you blind.
Oh, okay. Well, isopropyl, they often add methanol in it. That's why people. That's why people go blind.
We were what you're drinking, guys. Doesn't sound really.
They add the ethanol to the non-isopropyl alcohol.
I know
they
that
add
they.
that to the.
I remember hearing that they add it to isopropyl because they don't want people to drink it, so they force you to get poisoned by it.
No, they add it to the ethyl alcohol you can buy as rubbing alcohol.
Oh,
isopropyl alcohol is non-compatible with people.
Isopropyl just okay, never mind.
Because it's just isopropyl. You can't drink it.
Yeah. Okay. It's the ethyl alcohol that they add. They add isopropyl to. Okay.
They either add a little bit of isopropyl to it or they add some methanol to it.
Okay.
The easiest way to figure that out is if you burn it and it goes. I think green is the color for methanol in it. There's a color that
Oh.
methanol burns.
Okay. And then if you have ethanol, it should be fully clear. I mean,
Like,
not
damn
clear,
near
invisible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost.
And the isopropyl is blue.
No, ethanol. If you had 100% ethanol, it would be for wispy blue color in total darkness. But
Oh,
in like
okay.
any kind of light, you just can't see it.
Okay.
Because you have to have a little bit of color no matter what.
Okay. I remember. Oh yeah, ethanol. So the gasoline used in Formula One race cars, that is completely invisible to them when it burns out in the open.
When it burns out in the open in the daytime.
Yeah.
If it's nighttime, it'll show up a very wispy blue color.
Whereas isopropyl, I've seen that in the daytime. So another one is nitromethane. That one I've poured on myself on fire. I could not see it, but I've seen isopropyl alcohol burn.
Yeah, isopropyl alcohol usually has a water mixed into it like quite a bit. So whenever you burn it, it's actually not burning properly because the water vaporizes at the same time.
Okay, so if it was anhydrous isopropyl, it would do the same.
Yeah, either anhydrous or 99% will burn blue.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, can't see 99% burn in daylight.
Yeah, I happen to be holding some 91%.
Yeah, I've got 91% sitting over by me. I use it to thin out paint.
Oh, should we move topic?
We went through a couple topics when talking about. Oops! I accidentally closed your.
No worries.
What is it called? Your stream.
I mean, I assume you were talking about that.
Yeah.
You're back. There we go. The next one is clickbait. It is. I really want to talk about this one because I want to say something. People keep I don't mistaking what clickbait is. You know, like
How so?
like if you think of clickbait, people would think like, I don't know, a pair of boobs in the thumbnail or something. Yeah, that's all. But there's nothing there. I mean, that's not completely true.
Yeah. So if somebody's looking for boots and you put a picture of boots on the thing and you never talk about boots,
He's
well,
talking about boobs.
Oh, boobs. Oh, I mean, okay, it doesn't matter if it's boobs or boots. Let's talk about boots. If you have a thumbnail picture about a certain pair of boots, a lot of people like those pairs of boots.
No.
Then it's clickbait because you talked about boobs instead of boots.
Yeah.
If you put a picture of UGG boots on the front, you're gonna get a lot of Valley girls thinking, "Oh, what are they gonna talk about these boots?"
A bunch of Floridians. You're gonna get a lot of Akuma.
Floridians, what they like the boots with the fur?
Yeah, that's like the UGG boots are like the basic white girl thing from
Florida.
Yeah,
but it's hot in Florida.
They don't care if it gets below 70. They're freezing.
I mean, why are you saying that? Yeah, guy, you should know that.
Yeah, we were joking about. I was just joking about that because at Walmart I decided to buy some pants and shirts, and I didn't unfold the shirts. They happened to be long sleeve shirts, and I had to return them because what was it called? We don't normal Arizonans don't wear long sleeve shirts. But when I went to return them, the lady there was asking, "What's wrong with them?" I'm like, "I unfolded them and they were long sleeve shirts." And she laughed, and I'm like, "But there were the only two mediums I could find." And she was saying, "Yeah, because there's a lot of snowbirds that have come here and can't handle the cold weather," in quotations, because Arizona is now hitting 60 at night, but it's still 80 to 90 during the day.
Yeah.
So a Tucsonan who actually lives here would be like, "This isn't cold, but it's hot, so I'm not going to wear long sleeve shirts. I'll be warm in an hour if it's the middle of the day, and if it's at night, well, you need a jacket because long sleeves aren't good enough."
Yeah.
So, back to the clickbait thing. if the thing in your thumbnail is not in the video, it's a clickbait. Especially with a lot of things that I need to search or look up information on. If I see a picture of the specific breaker or electronic item or thing that I want to look up information on, I find often that their thumbnail will have that picture of it and they'll never talk about it. I'm like, this is crap. Thumbs down, which that's another really shitty thing that they're doing.
Getting rid of that.
Getting rid of the thumbs down. That's just gonna make shitty videos be up at the top, because the first thing sometimes I do because I don't allow videos to autoplay because that just gives them points. I make sure it doesn't start playing. I look, okay, the thumbs are 100% down. I'm not watching this video because it's not going to be what I want. And I've every once in a while, this is a bunch of thumbs down. I want to see why is it thumbs downable. Oh, yes, understandable. Thumbs down, go to the next video.
The video for them like explaining why they're removing the thumbs down deal has way more thumbs down right now than it does.
Funny. That's actually really funny.
Can you give me a link to that? I want to take a look and thumbs it down.
Let me find it. Before it goes away.
I wonder if it's going to be the most thumbs down video after the Justin Bieber thing, or there was something else. We talked about this before. The most thumbs down video. There's something that beat it, but Justin Bieber's still way up there.
I think was what was the name?
YouTube 2016
it was a YouTube
something.
The 20 is. Yeah, like the review.
And then last year they decided not to do one because they know it's just going to be trash, just like all the others.
Yeah. 2019, that one they got most hate, mostly like
it's because it shows how
rewind.
It shows how utterly inept the YouTube is. They don't know what the people actually want. They're trying to dictate what you want, not ask you what you want.
63,000 thumbs down so far.
63.
Wow.
That's not a lot. Once it starts hitting the millions,
but it's only got 11,000 thumbs up. The ratio is insane at the moment.
Is this? This is from YouTube creators. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
63. It only came out 2 days ago. Yep. Well, maybe it's just not widely spread as like
it's not because it doesn't affect most people.
Yeah. So it's not as widespread as like the rewind where everybody saw that because it was on the front page.
Yeah, this thing is.
Yeah, they were promoting it so hard.
This
they
thing
know
is not
not to promote this disliked update.
This dislike update is not actually this bomb. Because most people get that information from other creators. They're not getting it from YouTube creators Bingo. No one's getting it from that place. Everyone's getting it from like I don't know, probably talking about it or something like that. Just what you know about it.
YouTube tried to make it seem like, this isn't a bad thing because this. And they're like, read more facts. Today's update, because they had to pin this afterwards because they thought, this bit of information would be enough. The dislike button is staying. There is no plans on changing that, but the number of dislikes on a video will no longer be visible. That's the same. That doesn't mean it. It's the same thing.
Because the whole point is to see if it's liked or if it's disliked.
Yeah.
And if all I can see is likes, it doesn't mean anything. And their reasoning is it protects the creators, and it's like no, it doesn't. It just
because they even said that in the YouTube statistics they can still see the dislike ratio.
Yeah.
So
the quote from the video. A direct quote from the video. We want to give everyone a voice by taking away your vote.
I know, right?
Hell yeah. It's always cool when you have a voice. Exactly when you don't, you cannot say something you want. That's the voice we want you to have. When you cannot express something that we don't like, that's the voice we want you to have actually. But yeah, it's kind of I'm saying it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Funny from my that's dumb view standpoint. Not funny from my that's gonna fuck me standpoint.
It's
That is
become
not what
evident-
I call actual comedy, but it's hilarious anyway.
Another quote that people are putting out there: "It has become evident that you cannot take criticism."
Yep.
Oh God.
Very,
Only
very
YouTube.
evident. Only YouTube. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
And then a quote from YouTube: "Honestly, you're going to get used to it very quickly." That sounds very much like a dictator.
That sounds like the Jews in World War II.
Oh,
They were
wait,
kinda
wait,
forced to do
wait,
that.
wait.
Oh, you're talking
I'm
about.
calling them Nazis
okay.
now.
You're talking. Okay, I thought you meant the Jews saying that.
Yeah.
No.
It's-
They got that
yeah.
told to them. Don't worry, you'll get
Yo.
used to this. Just step
Yeah.
into this chamber.
Yeah.
Hold your breath.
Well, that's how things are now.
They said that when they started 50. Oh yeah, after the honestly, you're gonna get used to this quickly. They said that when they started playing 15-second unskippable videos for a 5-second video, sometimes even twice in a row. This is just another cash grab. Yeah.
Yep, of course.
Because that's the thing. A lot of videos that are maybe disliked like that and then killed by the algorithm are like ad videos that most of the video is just an ad. Well, okay, I'm not going to like this video. If it's a 5-second video with a 15-minute ad in it, you're going to see a lot of dislikes on that video because you put a 15-second ad on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. YouTube just doesn't want to. I don't know what's the idea because surely it is not to protect the mental health of creators. It's not.
They don't like people having a choice, and you choosing what you like is offensive to YouTube
Oh hell
and
yeah!
offensive to creators.
I want to say
You
something,
need
but I don't
to
think
like
I
what
want to say something for that.
you need to like what they think you should like because they are the powers
the
that be.
voice of the knowledge in the platform.
YouTube removes 138,000 dislikes from Biden videos in the middle of the night by disliking Joe Biden as a racist dog whistle. What?
Yeah, disliking Joe Biden is racist.
Yeah.
Because he's an old white guy.
Definitely.
Yeah, because his dislikes were like way over what his likes were, and then suddenly just whee.
Yep.
Of course.
Exactly.
Can't tell if this is satire or factual reporting at this point.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I don't know what's the actual. I just said they don't like you having a choice. But how's this
No,
gonna
they
benefit them? Is this even gonna benefit them in some way? Like there's not gonna. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
It benefits them because then you can't dislike all the political stuff that's been getting posted on here like nonstop since
Well, then
2020.
people are just gonna comment some offensive stuff, and instead of just leaving a.
Well, that's the thing. It's like somebody's just gonna go be the first comment at the very top because it's gonna have the most likes, and it's gonna be like this comment if you dislike the video.
Oh hell
that's
yeah!
yeah,
That's
I
gonna
like
be
that.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be great.
Yeah.
And then you'll only see. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, so
Ratios
the
by
pinned
the
comment.
comment.
No, look at the pinned comment on the YouTube creators like to dislike thing. It has 1,000 likes or 1,700 likes. You can't see how many dislikes it has. They've already done it to comments. Comments don't have dislikes.
No, that was
The
a long
thing
time
is
ago.
they've had that option for creators on YouTube to disable the likes and dislikes and disable the numbers if they wanted to.
Oh.
If the creators wanted to. So them saying it's to protect their creators is absolute garbage.
Now forcing it as a default.
Yeah, and only being able to remove the dislikes.
Yeah.
Not being able to then also do it with all of them.
Yeah, because if you do it with all of it, nobody watches the video.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the consequence. Yes, you can do this. Oh, well, they don't like that consequence. They want to be able to have that always, to where there is no consequence of removing the dislike to like, because then why would you want to take that ding as a person that can't handle criticism?
Can you see the the comments on the pinned comment of YouTube creators. The comments are amazing.
Yeah. Actually, I think forever now, if you wanted to downvote somebody or dislike a comment, it would never actually show if it's been disliked or not.
They should have that.
They should have it, yeah.
That
That's something before, but
I think that's a recent one because I remember seeing the dislikes before. They might
Can
have
we see that research? Can we see those studies? This is pointless, and you're still showing the dislike amounts and the creators. If you're still showing the amounts to the creators, there's a more. This is a move to protect and cater to the organizations and companies that you're serving.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's like if the creator can still see it, you're not doing anything for them.
yeah, that's
Like on their end.
yeah, like actually nothing.
Because there's been plenty of creators where like they get completely wrecked by their comment section because they can't take the small
Yes.
amount of stupid criticism you get every once in a while. But
The one that comes to mind is the one that sings Friday. It's Friday, Friday.
Oh, God.
Gotta get up on
that
Friday.
wasn't her fault, though.
Actually,
In all honesty, that was that company.
actually,
It's like at some point you
comment
need some
section
auto
for
tune.
YouTube, actually, if your comment section is destroyed by next to it's mixing, just as people saying okay, okay, thanks, okay, 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 and then
Yeah.
okay, good, okay, 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 YouTube, hello. There's someone put a link to a video. I'm pretty sure this music or something.
Yeah, I just see okay YouTube. That's funny.
Rain for me. Okay. There's one person that said something like, "Yeah, let me an illogical, irrational, and rushed decision."
That
There's
channel has locked the comments
Yeah.
because I know it's a scam or propaganda, like the video, when they've locked the comments and you can't comment on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
can't
yeah,
do
this is
anything. It's like this is garbage.
this is propaganda. So,
Yeah.
like a majority of anything posted by NBC or CBS or any of the big companies, they lock their comments. You don't see. Yeah.
oh hell yeah. There's comments
Our goal
saying,
at YouTube is to give
Yeah.
everyone a voice, unless their voice is in a negative way.
there's one that says cameras and clippers. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Oh, there we go. This update is just going to increase the spam, / fake giveaways, etc. Be honest, this isn't for small creators. This is for corporation, government, and users that want to be able to lie and control what's like.
Wait,
I'm
I'm seeing a lot of the positive comments, like saying thanks for the information, for the interesting information, with 2 likes and everything like that. Watching from this place, from
They're
Canada.
obviously faked or whatever.
Yeah, they're fake likes. Wow.
And a bunch of them are from like India.
Yeah.
Holy shit! This
Subscribe my channel, please.
yeah,
Yeah.
I read that.
Oh, I also wonder if these bots are doing this just to delegitimize YouTube. It's not YouTube actually paying for this. It's, oh, but what if YouTube's making you think? What if this is like 4D chess YouTube? They're like, oh yeah, obviously we didn't pay for people to do this. Look at how ridiculous these likes are.
Oh,
Even though they did.
Oh, there's this comment. Oh no! Oh, now dividing videos. One gets slaughtered. Lol, we're just gonna move to the comment section.
Turned into a robot and died.
Well,
We
thank you for the
lost you, Nick.
information.
Back.
Oh, you're back. You're back, Nix. We didn't hear
Wait, did
anything
I
you
die?
said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
you
died
died.
real bad.
Okay. What?
So-
There's this comment that says, "Oh, now dividing videos. One gets slaughtered. Lol, we move to the comment section." Yeah, of course. Like the comment section still exists, so I don't understand.
The here's one. The person like dislike ratio helped me verify if something was a verdict or worked out, or if it was a scam or a lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because what I use YouTube for is a lot of just infotech stuff. The fastest way you can find out if something's wrong is this dislike to like ratio. I don't want to spend hours looking up YouTube comments to find out when something's good or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's comments just consume product and give like. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hi, is this an out of season April Fool's joke? Remove the subscribe button next. Thanks.
Like
Just automatically, as soon as you watch a video, you're subscribed.
you won't even be able to watch the videos. You can thank us later.
Yeah.
Now we can keep track of how hated Nintendo Switch online editions are.
Oh yeah, the Nintendo Switch. That's an example of one that I instantly used information from. How many people disliked the new Nintendo Switch's online service? They're bringing up a new online service that's like $70 a year. Everybody is disliking that like crazy because nobody likes what Nintendo Switch has to offer there because it's just bullshit. And yeah, I need to find that. Nintendo Switch.
When Christians just turn off likes / dislikes, they can be harassed by the
Online there. Oh yeah, here it is. This video has more dislikes than that dislike video. That and it's not that old either. Oh, it's okay. It's almost half a month old. But look at how many dislikes this video has. This is how I knew the moment I saw that. The day it came out, it had thousands of dislikes. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is shitty.
Yep.
And then I went and read the comments. Hats off to Nintendo for inadvertently reminding people that they can play their old favorite games on an emulator for free. Because, yeah, Nintendo is making you pay this much more, $70 a year, so that you can play some Nintendo 64 games. I bought the Switch expecting that they would have a cartridge, Nintendo, those little cartridges that they sell for all their games. I want a Nintendo 64 cartridge, a cartridge for a Nintendo Switch that has the Nintendo 64 games on it. I don't want to pay an online service to play those old games.
Yep.
I only buy cartridge games for Nintendo Switch. I'm never going to buy digital games for Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
The whole reason for buying... Yeah, you see the dislikes to likes?
That's ratio to another level. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
It was like that the day this trailer came out.
Wow.
This is what I believe with all console games. Unless it's a cartridge. If it's a CD console game, you've wasted your money buying that console. It's 100% trash. Now, if it's a cartridge, okay, the cartridge can almost last forever, and the system is all solid state. Yeah, I can see a good reason for a mobile console to do that kind of thing, and a good reason to buy it. Other than that, all consoles are trash. Sorry, Akuma. All consoles are trash.
You just called her entire state trash.
What is her state? Oh, Florida? Florida man, he is trash. And then the one thing that I see is, if the likes and dislikes are disabled on a video on a company, like let's say Nintendo decided to disable it on this, all of their other recent trailers will then get dislikes. It'll overflow over. So if you
Oh, what happened to the audio to me? What happened to my audio? Why did I die? Why am I dead? What happened?
think about it, but the Karen is doing over here, you'll have other people now see what they did wrong. You know, they don't like that.
I am live now. Oh my god, that's some...
Are you sure about that? Maybe you were dead.
I'm still dead. I'm probably dead.
I'm dead inside.
Okay. Uh, I was looking at something else, another game, Nintendo Switch. Yeah, this is cool. I think. Oh, this is a fighting game. Oh, I see. I thought the kid from the hat kid, the kid hat or whatever. Is. So I wanted to see what was that.
Apparently, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say apparently Nintendo's previously more unliked video was something called Federation Force.
No idea.
Oh yeah, this has a lot of dislikes for a Nintendo DS. Oh, it's a Metroid Prime Federation Force 2015 trailer for the Nintendo DS. For some reason people disliked this video. What happened here?
Yeah, no, it's garbage.
Oh,
It was garbage.
Is it just the content of the game? It's a bad game?
Yeah, there was something to it.
Well, there are bad games. You can accept the idea of having a bad game. Don't be that hard on it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, your game sucks.
No,
what else happened?
The whole point to it was the premise to it. There was you didn't have Samus, so you didn't have the main character for all the other games.
Then it's not a Metroid game. It
wasn't a Metroid game. It was in the Metroid universe is their thing, and it's like, no, it's not.
I mean, but
why is
that bad?
Wait a minute.
Mean, that's still interesting.
Okay, so the game isn't called Samus. So what is Metroid? Like the word Metroid mean in the
that's the little
that's
brain
like
suckers.
Okay, well, okay, so if they had brain suckers in this, then it counts.
No, because Samus, she actually destroyed all of them. That's the whole point to that series.
Oh,
yeah, but
there's
no called
Metroid,
Metroid,
and then fighting everything else.
And also,
there's only one that she didn't destroy, and that was the baby one, which you own.
Wait, I have a question. Did they tell? I mean, isn't there something like, oh yeah, now this is a back in time or something like that? Is it not something like that?
No. It never was. There's a very specific timeline for the Metroid games.
And goes into the timeline.
This one doesn't fit at all in the timeline because this is Call of Duty with the Metroid skin.
This is something interesting. So
I want to play it actually.
It looks okay, but I want to.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was trying to say something. So in this video of the Metroid Federation Force, somebody has made a comment saying, "Come to see the like to dislike ratio on this. Soon as the news has dropped, YouTube is abolishing the global dislike counter. For the future, the count of as of now is 60. It's saying the dislikes
97,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder how many videos people have gone and spidered to say, hey, the dislike to like ratio was this before
Probably
they
one
destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look. Oh yeah.
Tell me what's the ratio first. Play, do you want to play Metroid Prime Federation Force?
It's still being made.
What, for real?
Yeah.
Damn,
It hasn't been produced yet. This is like might make this type thing at that point.
Top comment. This is for reference for anyone from the future. YouTube will no longer show dislikes, still likes. As of November 11th, this video has 12,000 dislikes. 12 million dislikes.
What? Well, how many likes?
19 million. It's been over time. It's been slowly liked back up.
Yeah.
But originally, it had like a huge dislike to like. But yeah, people slowly liked it up.
Yeah.
Look this up.
Okay.
What is
Metroid Prime.
No, it came out in 2016.
Didn't come out?
No, it came out in 2016.
Oh, okay. And we can play it.
Next Level Games.
Hey,
What game are we talking about?
Metroid Prime Federation Force, that one that has so many dislikes.
It said it was
It's just
four players game, so I want to play it. Do you want to play?
Yeah.
We could
Hold on,
maybe use an emulator and then
Yeah,
and a thing that connects our computers to be one. I forgot the name of the one. Hitachi. I think it's Hitachi. Network. It makes it to where it looks like all of our computers are hooked up to one network temporarily.
Like a LAN, basically.
Yeah, you can make a artificial LAN, and it's recommended when you're done, turn it off so our computers aren't just hooked up. We had a what do you call it? A Wetgens one. I remember a long time ago, a lot of us all hooked up all our computers to each other, and they were hooked up for over a year and a half. I'm like, oh, hey, there's Fish, there's Taukaka, oh, there's Traces, there's Mawile. I think Mawile was on it.
Pokemon?
No, in our server we have somebody named Mawile from Wetgens.
I see.
Pink Mawile. There was a couple other people that I was like, I just see their computer constantly on my network.
Probably
Maybe
Cam.
No, Cam wasn't in there because I wouldn't have
Nobody
added
would
that.
have allowed it in.
Yeah. I turned mine Hitachi off and then back on every once in a while when I wanted to use it with other friends that I added to the list. But yeah, it was interesting.
Okay, the other thing is the Metroid games were made by like one specific studio for a long time, which was Retro Studios, with the exception of like the very first one. I think that was just straight up Nintendo. So that once it became Metroid Prime, it was basically Retro Studios, and then after that, this other company took over and they released Metroid Other M, which was trying to be like a story anime based video game instead, and it was not liked that much, if I remember right. But
I heard of Other M.
Yeah, made by Next Level Games, which made both of these newer ones that have the dislikes on them.
But I've only heard of it slightly, and then I never really heard very much afterwards. And then I'm hearing that this new Metroid game that just came out is considered really good. Like everybody's liking it.
Yeah, it is different from. It is different from the usual Metroid Kingdom.
Yeah, no. Retro Studios is making that one, so they're coming back with it.
Not Metroid 4. It already came out, and it has another word in its name. It's Metroid something.
There's a trilogy that they released that was on the Wii.
No, this is on the Switch, and it came out like last month.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me look it up.
It was for a reason. But I forgot the name.
Dread. Metroid Dread.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was really different from the usual Metroid game. Like this was more of a hide and seek. Well, not actually hide and seek.
So here's an example. I look at this has been out since September, this video. There's only 700 dislikes. With something this big having that few dislikes, this is a good game. Yep. You know what I mean? Like pictures and videos of puppies being cute that have been out for that many months have more dislikes. You know what I mean?
This puppy's ugly.
People will dislike a cute puppy doing a cute thing, not being annoying or anything, just like wagging its tail and happy. People will dislike in the thousands. Whereas this video only has 700 dislikes. And it has 52K likes. So yeah, this is just looking at the like to dislike ratio and how low the dislikes are. Yeah.
That's a good game for sure.
A majority of those people who have disliked this video don't have Switches. If not all.
If not all. But yeah, it will be amazing. I want to play also more, I first need a Switch. And, money for the game.
And apparently this is old Metroid hard. Old Nintendo hard. Which, that is something that people are going to like from what I've been hearing. They didn't hold your hand.
Oh.
That was the whole point to the Metroid games, though, was like no hand holding for the most part.
Yeah.
Because we legitimately got stuck on Metroid Prime for like a good year because we couldn't get past one part and we didn't know where to go.
That's a good game. A game that makes you get stuck in it for a year because you don't know how to.
I was stuck. I was
Even
playing,
or not even not know how. You could
playing
look up.
and I was stuck on a
Yeah.
fight for an entire month.
Some games might.
I
But
was
yeah,
stuck
some
on a
games
boss.
out there could be.
Okay.
Some games out there could be so hard that even if you look up like a what do you call it?
Like a
Informa-
walkthrough tutorial.
Yeah, tutorial, and you still can't beat it. That's a good game.
Yeah,
That's a good
it's
game.
because it takes the skill that you have to build up at some point.
Oh, but I hate games that cheat on getting hard. There are some games that cheat where like
Yeah.
their monsters or whatever gain health or go up in health.
Yeah.
Something I remember I forgot the exact thing that I've seen some games do that I'm like, they're cheating. This is not
Yeah.
right. The reason
The
it's
way
hard.
they decided to scale things did not make
Yeah.
sense.
It's not exactly
No, this Metroid
scaling.
Dread looks great.
Yeah, I'm watching the trailer fully. It is super platform like, but then it's 3D. It has such
That has always
3D
been
That's the
aspect.
thing, though.
platform.
That's what Metroid was, though, was a platform game for the longest time until Prime came out back in like
Yeah, I know.
2000 something.
But I'm surprised because of how whenever they try to modernize things, they like destroy that aspect of it. But they
Yeah.
didn't. It looks like they didn't do that in this.
Yeah.
They've successfully made it full, very good 3D and very good graphics.
Mm-hmm.
But it is platform, and then the
It's like a
cinematics in
2.5D
between.
almost.
Yeah, 2.5D. But it's not like the boob slapping 2.5D.
Yeah.
You know the video I'm talking about?
I think I do. I gotta look that one up.
Here.
Yeah,
Boob slapping.
Oh, they have a counter. That's something I never used or never seen in the games of Metroid I have played.
Oh, I found it. No. It's Kason.
I'm more casual, always. Oh, flash shift, storm missile. Okay.
That's the other thing I don't like that Nintendo did was those amiibos.
Oh yeah, amiibos.
Oh.
Everybody's like, these are the best thing ever. And I'm like, why do these exist? Who is it? No.
Okay, I found the video.
Oh god.
We watched the video.
I have watched the video.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I have. Oh, hello there, friend of me.
Oh my god. Just why?
We're living in the future now. Future now,
Slap.
baby.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, baby, the memory phone. That's all about.
But with a fully 3D character, you couldn't do that.
Yeah, you'd have to do 2.5. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Now they just need to sync up the timing a lot better.
Yeah. But I mean, I get why it has to be a little bit slower.
Well, so the reason is because they're trying to have the video of the 3D and the video from the camera separately set up. I know exactly what's going wrong, and the way to fix it is that you have them sync up. Like you could retard maybe the video or retard the 3D
Model.
to where it's synced, and then play that after the time dilation. And so
Yeah.
it you know what I'm talking about. It will
Yeah, I get
eventually
you.
be a couple seconds behind.
So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and that would work really well. I think they'd have to retard the live action portion of it. But
Yeah.
whenever you said retard the video, I just thought of somebody like walking up to the back of the video and hitting it with a brick.
Well, yeah, something like that, but a little
Yeah,
with
that
a
can
little
work.
more finesse.
A little bit. Okay, a small brick.
Brick.
I'm using the proper way.
You are using the proper
term.
word for it. Yeah, that's right. But that just it made it more funny.
When I think of timing like that, I think of car timing, and when
Yeah.
you need to retard the timing of your engine, you move over the spinny
timing.
thing.
Yeah.
Rotor. You move you twist the rotor clockwise to retard. No, that's accelerate. You twist it counterclockwise to retard the timing
Retarded
of
a
your
little
engine.
bit. Yeah.
I always think of, and then I always think of retard with an engine like that because you always set it exactly in time, and then you retard to tune it. You always have your engine is always retarded.
No, that's so sad.
Literally, engines all engines should be retarded.
Yeah.
That's
They
how it
have to
is.
be retarded, otherwise they don't work.
Yeah. Well, no, they could be in time. It's just they're going to be a little rich, or backfire. The backfiring is the problem, not rich. Yeah.
My lads, ¿cómo hacía? What did you just say in darkness?
Hi.
I'm gonna self-quote.
Hi.
Hello
I'm back
there.
from a bonfire.
A bonfire. Did you catch fire?
No, my friends. No, listen. My bonfire inspired by the church, so it was like a last-minute plan to hang out with each other. So we just roasted marshmallows, we cooked sausages, we also set plastic on fire, we set a
not a good thing.
styrofoam cup on fire.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, why are you burning plastic? That's bad for the environment.
That's not for everything.
I was okay. Listen. That was a bad. I know that's a bad idea, but like it was a complete accident because we accidentally scared my tiny friend, and they let go with our water bottle, so
Tiny
it went
friend.
into the.
Yeah, tinier than Akuma.
It's because I'm like 5 inches taller than her, and she's very small.
So her tiny friends
Well, you're
is
small too,
is
so
51 or something, you know.
a small person to a small person is tiny.
Yeah, she's very, very, very tiny.
Yeah, Akuma told
Yeah,
me her
that's
tiny friend like
Akuma's,
51 or something.
Sounds like you like this tiny friend.
Oh, Mario!
I don't think he's talking about me. I think he's talking about you.
Yeah, I'm talking about you, Akuma.
Of course he was
You're
talking
the
about
one
you,
that we could
Akuma.
say it about that wouldn't make it creepy.
Thing is that she's very funny, so and very chaotic than me, and she can't get a fork by herself. So
I mean,
You can't
that's-
get a fork by herself?
no, like literally, I had to grab a soda can for her, grab a fork for her, napkins and spoons, anything she needs. Like, oh
Oh,
Is she
shit.
a legitimate midget?
no, it's not
she's
that.
that
It's just
small.
because she's very, very, very scared of the entire world. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought
Well,
you're like
she's
she
small.
can't
People
she
that they're
can't
small
grab it
should
from
be.
the table because the table's so tall. She can't grab the fork or the soda or anything. You're like, here
Oh,
you
yes.
go.
You have
And
to give her a
no.
kids table.
Yeah.
I had to give her a booster seat, boys. We had to give her a
Booster
booster seat.
She's got to carry around a phone book.
No,
Which
it
are
sounds
probably
like
really hard to find now.
she sounds
Oh,
like
yeah.
Kami or Kami. I keep on forgetting her name. She
Yeah,
has
Kami-san.
Kami-san has
Communication
a
disorder.
communication disorder. I have a communication
I don't-
disorder apparently.
Like,
You have
Oh,
a
wait, really?
dyslexia disorder.
Yeah, I do.
okay then. Okay then. I don't know what to say.
Which kind? Type of
What?
disorder.
What?
What's the element? Is
I
it
don't
fire type or is it water type?
So that video that you just posted, almost the whole video is this. Okay. So I
The
like
fox one?
yeah, I thought I skipped like far into the video and I'm like, oh, a quick brown fox
No,
jumps over
most
the
of
lazy
it is
dog.
that whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's like jumpy.
I like that. The
I
quick
come on.
brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Who posted that? Oh, you did. Okay. Because you posted something after another, I don't see your name next
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, CRD makes a bunch of decent videos.
I click recommend a video. Okay, now I'm fine.
What are the repeated letters in that? Or is there none? Is that a full-on every letter?
What?
The quick
Oh,
brown fox jumps over the lazy dog?
Yeah, that's every letter used at least once.
Okay. But not twice.
No, at least once. Sometimes they'll have like several vowels that are reused.
Oh, yeah,
the
vowels.
There's a bunch
okay.
of different ones.
The THE.
Dog and
Right.
fox have O.
Okay, yeah.
But it has every word or every letter in the alphabet in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Which it's a sentence. It's a fully formed sentence. Because you could just have the alphabet like spelled out and it would be the whole thing. But it's not a sentence.
Yeah.
Oh god, the other video.
What is this?
Wandering spark.
The plug. Oh god, why is there veins?
Just wait, it gets worse.
Yeah, it gets way worse. It's so
pin.
funny.
The ground pin.
Yeah, what
Oh, yeah.
the
One
hell?
internation. One internation.
This
And,
should go into not safe for work, maybe?
Yeah.
The guy that makes it, Teleperte,
Yeah.
he's pretty good about stuff.
Darnation. They,
What in the Akuma fuck?
Oh, is this
Ooh,
the
Pat
person?
Pat.
Oh, okay, no, they just happened to do pictures. What's that one guy who does a lot of animations with that girl with a
yeah,
Teleperte.
teleports.
yeah.
Pat Pat.
Oh, so it is the same No, this is
No, CRD makes all these other videos. Like he makes
okay.
animations and puts music.
Oh,
to them.
Teleperte made that video of the plug thing? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay then.
That thing is that's actually two different videos that the CRD put together and put the music on.
Oh,
But Teleperte made both of them.
okay.
Teleperte is awesome.
Yeah.
He's probably mentally unstable though.
Something like.
Oh, these. Hold on.
Okay, you're moving out of topic. Let's go back to clickbait. Let's go.
I found clickbait.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. No, that's not exactly click. I saw the video. That's not clickbait.
Yeah, this is not clickbait. It's exactly what you know.
It is what it is, yeah.
Oh no, wait. I cannot say that. Give me a second. Here's my case, okay? We're talking about clickbait. That is clickbait, even though that's what it's showing. But that's because people have used clickbait as not as a different word, because you're using clickbait as, having a fake thing in the thumbnail and something that doesn't appear, But it is not clickbait if the thing actually appears, right?
Yeah.
What if the thing
what you're showing is actually happening, then it's not clickbait.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's just because you're using a incorrect definition. Because clickbait means attempting you to click on the video. Just as simple as that. So if I have a really good thumbnail and it actually happens, it is clickbait, but it is not like I'm faking it, because it is actually what's happening in there. But
Yeah,
Technically, that's the good side of clickbait, because clickbait is all of them. But every single time somebody uses it as a term, it's always in comparison to the bad use of it.
Yeah.
So what you're talking about is that clickbait exists positive or negatively. I agree with that too.
Both.
Yeah.
Yes. You can have clickbait that attracts people to your video because you're talking about the subject, and that is the subject, and that's the cool picture of the whole thing. The whole video could be boring, but that's the action shot in the whole video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not clickbait if it's actually happening. So yeah, I mean, it is clickbait,
Then that's the
Fine.
another term for it too. Is there's the action shot. That's the action shot in the whole video.
The money shot.
And you can also call it could also be clickbait when it's positive, and a spoiler when it's positive too.
Oh,
Because
you can call it a spoiler. That's true.
you could still call it a spoiler too.
But that's
Mhm.
only because you have the term clickbait as something like that's also always bad and it's always like a lie. So that's because clickbait, as they know it, as the bad term, it could be used as it could be used a different term as that. You can use instead of lying, and it will be as good as saying clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
They have to just kill the term clickbait in any kind of sense. Because that video is not, it is clickbait, yeah. But it actually happens. So that's like actual, that's clickbait. It is an honest clickbait.
Yeah, I think there should be like another term for it just to like differentiate between the two. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but what would be the
you
term?
can have
Yeah,
good
spoiler.
clickbait and bad clickbait.
Mhm. How about just a good thumbnail? That
Yeah.
could be,
Yeah, that's just like
or a proper thumbnail.
Yeah, I think the biggest one that everybody like associates clickbait to is where it's like boobs in the tray or the thumbnail, but then there's no boobs in the video.
I hate the one that angers me the most and that I see the most, because I'm not going for boobs all the time, is when it's a subject about an interesting thing like top 10 sharks, and they show a really crazy cool looking shark in
and
their
then you just
thumbnail,
talk about it.
Mhm.
but they never show that image or show that shark or show that thing.
Yeah.
Or talk about it. They went
Yeah,
on
that's
the
very
internet,
infuriating.
found a really cool looking shark, but never even talk about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That's
like
true. I have seen
what's
some of
that
those.
one that's real bad that did all those like
There was
clickbaity
this guy that uploaded
quizzes.
Oh yeah, like those quizzes as well.
Yeah, those are kind of clickbait.
Another one that does it the worst or the most is the top 10 ones. It says top 10 animes, and then they have a character from an anime that is not in their
They
top
have
10.
SAO in there,
Like,
and then
yeah, they got like Goku, but he's not on there somehow. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like top
Like,
10 anime betrayals.
Yeah.
that's how it
Top 10 anime betrayals, and they show Goku. It's like, what the hell did Goku do?
and then there's no Goku. But I mean, it's a betrayal in that case. If they acknowledge that, oh yeah, I'm betraying you because that was a clickbait. That was
No,
bad.
I
And
got
that's
an idea for how Goku betrayed. He betrayed his family by staying dead.
How dare
It is
he.
true.
It's like he's a bad father.
Yeah,
Top
like
10
Watch Mojo stuff is just garbage.
top 10 worst
Top
anime
10
dads.
VTubers from Watch Mojo.
Naruto, Goku would be up there.
Yeah.
You remember the top 10 VTubers from Bishoujo? No, from, from Watch Mojo, I say. My bad. I just installed
They-
that entire company.
I would not trust their top 10 VTubers
No.
because I don't think
Listen,
they've gone
they
through
don't
all
have-
the VTubers.
They don't have no. They was only talking about Hololive, but they don't have any from Holo ID. Not even Oli or Ritsu. Like that was some bullshit right there.
Well, and then what about Nanners and all the other?
No, it was only on that's only for,
Jishojo?
that's only for Hololive. So yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yo, where's Melody? Where's the one on Shadow Debate? Where's that one? Oh, because it was only for Hololive. So, yeah.
Where's Iron Mouse?
Where's Iron Man? Where are the other VTubers, boy?
Where are they?
I thirst for you VTubers.
Where are they?
Thirst.
Where are they?
Okay, I felt a little weird saying that. I thirst.
Give
I
me
hunger.
the water. VTuber water.
Why are they so bad? Why are more rules just garbage? Why are they bad? Nobody's good.
About
All these are suck.
the video.
Oh no. I'm talking about the characters that keep rolling in waifu.
Yeah.
Just haven't had good ones.
Yeah, if you don't have any good one, you just save that role for later. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, Akuma has missed so many good characters. Akuma missed Tsunade, Miss Maradona from Black Clover, which I mean, if you don't like Black Clover, then
I
that's
gained
fine.
some. Who did I gain? Uh, here's teleport thing. He's both capable of safe for work and not safe for work at the same time. See
Oh,
here.
I've seen this one. Risk.
Hey, can we hi as in on the next?
It's we can do it for the next one, but
Yeah,
if I have to actually watch it to talk about it, I'm
no,
gonna just
no,
like
don't
shoot
worry.
myself.
I'm not gonna give anyone. Oh, you have to torture yourself in order to talk about this.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
did gain a cat
if
to
I
my
talk
harem.
about it, I will have actually to see it, so that will be something bad because they don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
No one wants to buy that. So well, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And
Uh-oh.
I don't want to have I don't wanna what do you call this thing? Crunchyroll Premium to watch a show that I'm not even gonna like. So maybe I'll do a review. It will be funny.
Here we go. All right, I found those two.
Of safe for work and not safe for work. Oh, guess who crossed the line like crazy? Yeah, that's an anime called what's the name? Creed of a Healer.
Oh yeah. Is that the one where? No,
Yeah, that's the one with.
I'm thinking there's another one that I want to see made into a deal, and it's called The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic.
Oh,
The wrong way to use healing magic. I think I
Yeah.
have a picture of that.
oh, I think the wrong way to use healing magic is to I don't know to kill undeads or something.
Oh yeah, well, that's
He punches them.
that's. I was
He
thinking
punches
of
them
that a
all.
little bit. Oh, that would be a funny purgilist healer. He
Yeah.
punches people to help.
That's basically what it is. But he just punches them, but he's healing them the entire time, so they take 0 damages.
Oh,
So they're
Yosuke,
just
he
like
actually got
constantly
got
getting
Yosuke.
better,
Hell yeah.
taken care of.
hell yeah, he got the Yosuke right there.
Yeah.
We have some crazy diamond right there. Damn it, the wrong way to use healing magic. I'll beat you up.
Pretty much.
Well. I mean, sports, you know. There's no wrong way if it's actually working.
I need
Yeah.
to start
I kind
organizing.
of want to make a cleric berserker character at some point for that whole point.
But don't you need intelligence for healing? That's another problem.
No, it depends. Depends on your
The type
Hold on,
of
let me
healing.
pull mine up real quick.
Oh, we talked about this once a long time ago. One of the first ones is all the types of different types of healing
yeah.
magic. Like
that was
there's
a lot.
restoration, there's illusion, alteration.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot.
I remember this conversation.
Yeah, it was
Far
for
off
it was,
in the
it was
past.
for an undead skeleton or something like that.
I think you have to have
Undead
wisdom.
healer?
Oh
Wisdom.
god, it just causes more necrotic damage to heal other undead.
Oh wait, I mean
yeah,
that should work.
My house has to be wisdom for me to get to do any good with healing.
Yeah, I remember we talked about the necrotic damage one too, and
Yeah.
that one does sound pretty good.
Yeah,
Necrotic.
that's like a good idea, you know. If you're a creature that takes like damage from like is weak to radiance
Take-
and immune to necrotic, might as well make necrotic something for them to heal, you know. Like let me
Yeah.
hit you with inflict wound, and then you just heal yourself with that, you know.
Actually, that's a bunch of the old games I played that were like Dungeons and Dragons based, because I played Neverwinter Nights. That was the thing. If you were attacking a zombie and you used a necrotic spell, it would heal the zombie for
Yeah,
you instead.
it
So you had
makes
to have
sense.
mass heal or something. Yeah. So I had a monk that had healing hands with it.
Because you're evil.
I know. It was great.
I'm having a hard time finding this picture.
Akuma back.
Hello there.
Akuma back. Welcome to
Welcome.
existence.
Welcome to pain.
Yeah, Spain.
You got a fun story? Okay, tell. Y'all gonna murder me. Oh, what the fuck did you do? Okay,
Okay. What? Tell me.
Yeah.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
you know that vampires are weak to radiant damage, right?
No.
Well, they are. So that means
What?
if you hit a vampire with light, they will get hurt like really bad.
This one I don't agree with. I know where you're going.
So if you hit a vampire with necrotic damage to the heal, I mean, I think it is.
No, I thought you were gonna say void, like get rid of the light. I'm like, that's just where they normally sit in a dark room. They're not healing from that. They just don't get damaged from it.
I mean, that's true. But if they were damaged, will that heal them?
Oh, if they were damaged, yeah, they would sit there and heal. But once they're healed, they have natural healing ability.
Okay,
But
yeah, that's
just
true.
putting,
That's true.
Just putting them in the dark isn't what's causing them to heal. It's
Okay, that's
just the
true.
lack of light that's keeping them from getting damaged. So there is that aspect to this opposite healing ideal. You can't apply it in all spots. Just like okay, I'm damaged by fire, so if you give me negative fire, I'm healed by this negative fire.
What is negative
If you're an
fire?
ice-based entity, yeah.
Well, okay, ice
What is
based,
negative
but I'm just talking about regular human.
Yeah.
What is negative fire?
That's the other thing. You can't have all negative things. So
It will be like, yeah.
there's no such thing as negative apples.
I mean, it's called up
You
here,
can have-
but I mean, up there.
you can have anti-apples where the apples are made out of antimatter, and when they touch other apples, they explode and
You die
yeah,
because you're in a race.
you die along with your city and maybe even your country, because
the
that's
world.
a lot of
And also the
matter.
apples die. You know, the worst part. The apples also die.
Well, yes, the apples die. 2 apples make 0 apples.
Yeah, it's so sad.
But that's the other thing.
There's
that
2 apples
this
make 0 apples. And
there's
that's
still 2 positives, even though
Yeah.
one is made out of antimatter.
Yeah, that's true.
There is no negative matter. There is antimatter. That's maybe the distinction that people maybe don't get with this whole thing, is that they're both positives. Yes, one has negative aspects to make it a anti-apple, but it is not a not.
Negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard. It sounds like you're doing something substantial there, Akama.
What?
I just hear clunking and crashing.
That is my drawer. Okay.
I can't find the image that I want to find, so I'm just going to post this.
Why? Why? I just got back from roasting marshmallows that dropped on the floor looking like that. Literally, a
You're the
marshmallow
one who
dropped
made
on the
the connection of marshmallows and that.
I mean,
like, bro,
That
I
sucks for you,
saw a
actually.
marshmallow looking like that in the sink, bro.
I'm
There's
pretty
like 50
sure it
marshmallows
looks like
with-
that.
Why? Why? I don't want to eat
Insomnia.
marshmallows for 50 years.
Insomnia. Well, then I can tell. What's the bad thing what you're telling us?
Okay. You're gonna murder me and you're gonna know my location and other stuff, blah blah
Your
blah.
location is Florida.
Your location is Florida. We already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like address wise.
I mean, that's Florida, isn't it?
Don't. Yeah, Florida is Florida. There is no specific
no
place in
address.
Florida.
We all know
If I go to
Florida's streets in
if I go
Florida.
to Florida, I just turn around and I'll find you.
Yeah.
I think so.
You just think about that when she just appears. The Quantum Florida.
No.
Quantum Florida. Well, and then the other aspect of Florida is there's always going to be a Florida man and a Florida woman, and if they see each other, they'll destroy each other.
No, it's like the anti. They just
Yes.
Can I just tell my funny story so I don't die right now?
yeah,
Do
no,
it.
but try not
Don't
to give
die,
me a
Okay,
please.
this is so my tiny friend said do a weird combo because we were playing truth or dare. I'm like okay, and I took a hot dog bun, I took some chocolate, and then I put it on in the bun, and then I took some mustard, poured it there, added more chocolate, and then added the sausage right there, and then I added ketchup, and then I ate it.
You know what's an actual food combo? That's
Okay.
an actual
The
food,
thing is,
combo. I'm not gonna lie. That's actual one. I'm just gonna highlight that.
I didn't really get it. Can you say it again? Something about a
She
hot
made a
dog.
hot dog with chocolate, mustard,
Oh,
chocolate, and ketchup. There's an actual one that's I think
yeah,
it was chocolate and mustard only, but I think there's an actual one.
that's a little
and we also
weird.
stuffed
Yeah.
marshmallows in that too.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like still there.
It was a dare. It was a
You-
dare, and then my
you
tiny
ate it?
friend, you're not gonna eat that, aren't you?
You eat
And
that?
then I ate it.
Oh hell yeah! They know.
Yeah.
They know not to waste food. That's probably good. I'm pretty sure that's a
I
hot dog.
ate it. I was the one who.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's a mustard
I
and chocolate
ate.
hot dog. Let me see. Mustard and chocolate hot dog.
Who knows? What?
I'm pretty sure there's one. I'm pretty sure I heard of something. Honey mustard? No. Okay, there's some mustard.
Honey mustard has a little bit sweet, but
Yeah, it is really nice.
okay. So here's something that goes in on hot dogs that can have chocolate in it, and or coffee too. Barbecue sauce. There are barbecue sauces which they put. They don't put a substantial amount, but they do put chocolate and or coffee in.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's for the bitterness.
Chocolate should be good on hot dog. It's not like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill you.
Now-
What the fuck is that? No, that's a good combo, you know.
Ah, phew! I thought you were gonna murder me for my crimes in Russia. I mean, what?
I mean, no, those are punishable. still.
Now a regular chocolate by that amount is a little weird. Milk
Yeah,
chocolate.
how much
they're
chocolate
using
was it?
dark. They're using cocoa powder. By the way, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
sweet. Doesn't and you don't taste the
Yeah.
chocolate per se in there.
Yeah.
You just
Yes,
they're trying to get
Bang.
they're trying to get a flavor that you would normally get just from like smoking wood. You can get the same flavors of chocolate flavor out of it. It's just like coffee. Some coffees will have chocolate flavor from the roasting process and
Oh,
it having similar chemicals in it.
Oh, we also added some hot cocoa powder to the hot dog
Hot
combination.
cocoa
So
powder. What do you mean hot?
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you say
So
hot
it's
dog?
like Miss West. Yeah, so she had a hot dog with chocolate added to it and ketchup
No,
and
she didn't
mustard.
have it. That was the worst part. She gave it.
And powdered hot chocolate. Okay.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was-
This is
sorry, hot
apparently-
chocolate. I see.
This apparently was a dare, and then I was telling them that yes, there are barbecue sauces that have chocolate and coffee added
Yeah.
to it for
And
a
they use
bitter
it on hot
flavor.
dogs. Yeah.
when you can't grow but no sleep. Insomnia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only read that now. That's amazing, actually.
No,
Guys,
kite
it's
post
dry.
is fucking hilarious. It's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really- Oh, okay. I was confusing. My screen went black.
That's because I sent a GIF, but okay.
It wasn't because of that. Don't worry. Okay, we go with the last topic. I don't even remember what was it.
Oh, I found out what I'm trying to find. It's in my reactions pictures.
Oh,
Hmm.
You must show.
I
I-
showed. Wait, no.
And it's back to the whole healer thing. Ah,
Oh.
It's
Just,
not the one about I'm a healer, but
I'm a
yeah.
hero.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I mean, with the gun.
Mm.
Yeah, that's. I have a couple of those that I can't find. Oh, there it is. I found it.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. It's even cooler with the actual image because she's a healer, but she actually does like crazy damage. So I mean, I've seen enough.
And
That's
then I have
okay.
one that says I'm normally a doctor, but
That's the original image, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, that's the more original one, I believe.
Yeah, that's the original one with the guy with the gun. Okay, third topic. It's a funny one, and I also want to play something of this one. So this third topic was going to be about bad horror games.
Bad horror games.
Yeah.
I don't know of very many examples.
I mean, have you
Um,
played? I don't know.
that because I'm not interested in horror games that much.
Okay,
Like
that's
Amnesia was alright. I liked that. I've seen some jump scare ones other people played, but I don't have them in memory at all because they're just that bad.
oh, I see.
A lot of the bad ones are just forgettable. Yeah,
That's true.
and they're not so bad that you remember them because of their badness. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're just in the middle point.
Yeah, they're just all right. It's bad. You will be forgotten in time. Actually, that sounds almost worse,
Yep.
but it's not.
That's
Your existence will be forgotten in time.
even if you remember that bad, bro.
But they weren't that bad. That's the thing, because if they went over a certain threshold, then they would be remembered for how bad they are. They were
That's
just
true.
not remembered.
They were they didn't go that extra mile. What the fuck happened? Oh, for fuck's sake! Give me a second.
Whoa there.
Okay, listen. I never have that.
can you
player.
don't? I love that one.
What happened? There's or nerd talks. I have all of a sudden notification for each channel. All of a sudden, what the fuck happened?
Oh, somebody maybe went
Probably
through
one of those
and,
nitro things.
Oh,
One
that
of
too.
those, yeah, screwed.
But then there's the other thing where somebody might have joined the server and just went and said one thing in every channel. Hey, hello guys. Hi. Hello. Hi. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't.
You don't.
So yeah, about horror games, I was mostly referring to cheap horror games, or free in that case, that are like okay, like play some of those. Like we played one day, me and Nakuma, and also Jin. Now Jin came back.
The robot disappeared and came back.
Yeah, game, like, I'm not gonna- music, L, music.
I can be the music. Just going on.
No,
Or mount.
yeah, I have the.
Nessie.
Oh yeah, you
on the
saw.
mic.
Oh, that's true. You saw Messi yesterday. You shot.
Oh wait, you
Click
put
Nessie.
Nessie on.
Yeah, he Nessie Legends. I just shot pick in front of Nessie. That's so sad.
Guys, send them off to heaven.
That's like the meme of God will forgive you, but I won't. And just straight up kill the guy. Oh, give me a second.
And there's that. That's an appropriate reaction to that. The mitochondria. Is the powerhouse to the cell, and then you post that. And then I have an appropriate post.
Forgiveness stops. Oh, there it is. Thanks. Deal.
Copy. Paste this. Did Next disappear, or
No, he's still in here, but he might have died again, or he stepped away.
electron transport chain? The exact reason your mitochondria makes energy. This is actually a really interesting video. P is stored in the heart. What?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, it should have said Black Science Guy, but okay, Mike Tyson, whatever. The cat. Oh, I have a reaction with the Cat in the Hat.
Wait! Oh! Comment and say, but, wait, this one. Sorry, but I have to. I must
Why the fuck? I gotta be called a peacock. I love that. I'm copying that.
The cat in the hat. The cat with the bat has had enough of that.
There's another one, but
Wait, wouldn't they all be called that?
They're all called peacocks.
No. Even the
Oh no, peahens. They're peahens.
yeah. But I mean,
If you got a
the operation of the thing that
But
the
if
joke
you
is made of.
don't.
They don't.
Oh, but it's by eFun. No, I'm just kidding. eFunny has stolen it.
Mm-hmm.
I whenever I see that, I cut that off the bottom because
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It does no good.
Oh, what? Why is there? Oh, I left a spoiler mark on.
That
this.
one's great.
I'll get rid of the spoiler mark. So I saved this from another server that or another place that
I'm back.
put spoiler in the name. Oh, okay. There,
don't
welcome
look in
back.
the chat.
I thought
Don't
you
look in
died
the
or
chat.
something.
Don't look in the chat. Hmm?
I say look in the chat, completely and 100%.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I love that video of Markiplier screaming.
You don't want to scroll up.
Why are you moaning to that video? Jesus
Nah,
Christ!
yeah.
What's wrong with
Wait,
you?
wait, Kite. I think that's what Coffee Pot looked like whenever he was doing the one getting killed at the end of that one game.
If you got
Oh yes, that was the move.
you know,
That's just how Coffee was staring at his
yo,
screen.
yo, that dog, that's a cute dog. Sniff, snarf. It's a cute dog. Why the fuck I called
No,
dog?
this is not Ben Dong.
No.
He started Mike Tyson. That's not Mike Tyson. Oh god, I got
Not now, sweetie. Mommy's cyberbullying. I love that.
it's a
Okay,
country
I'm gonna mark this as a spoiler for a reason.
Oh, okay, darkest.
I'm not darkest. Oh,
This does
darkest
not
burp. Okay.
expand dog.
Wait, what? I thought.
What is it?
Why are you all suddenly sending memes? What
And
happened?
I hear that in his voice completely. What?
Mhm.
God.
This is my response to you, okay? I don't like soup, okay? Here's my
Yeah.
point.
Soup
There's
is
Yeah.
stupid.
Guess
I
what,
hate
man?
soup.
Do you like cereal? Do you like cereal?
Water. Disgusting.
I
Not
hate
even
cereal.
a food.
That's a
It's
lie.
Not.
That's a
drink.
fucking lie. You were eating rotten cereal and you were still eating it. Shut the fuck. You don't hate cereal. Shut up. That's a lie.
Well, actually, I haven't
Rotten
eaten
cereal.
cereal in a month, okay? I haven't eaten cereal.
No, Sammy, you don't like it. I have not eaten cereal in a year. But I like
Yeah,
cereal.
Okay?
That's a lie.
I like cereal, and I haven't eaten it in a long time just because I don't have a good space in the refrigerator that I live with. There's just a bunch of crap in there. Yeah.
I usually
Wait,
let
do
the
you
cereal
put your
out.
cereal in the
Milk.
refrigerator?
The milk.
Okay.
I need milk in
Oh,
order to
yeah,
have
milk.
cereal.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
The milk
That's
is the
it.
biggest ingredient. Well, okay, what is the biggest ingredient? You have to have both. You know
You
what
have to
I
have both.
Yeah, you have to have both. I mean, eat cereal with water, but I mean,
mean.
Hold on,
Hey,
I've got the
baby.
video for that one.
I'll get the video. Oh, hey, babe. That's a good video. That's a good video.
I've got it. Here you go.
Funny
Hey,
with
babe.
Rihanna's reaction.
Mm.
Oh,
And then somebody made that a character in or an avatar in what is that game that 3D talking game?
VR chat?
VR chat. Yes.
somebody made this character, the Minecraft Steve.
Yeah, and it just constantly plays that sound.
Oh, God.
Hey, baby.
Oh, hey, babe. What the fuck was that sound before?
What is that? What is that?
And there was some songs before. Just
Oh, the sound.
some,
Sound.
it's like to play on.
The sound.
Hey, babe.
Sounds like my dad after he has a milkshake from Sting.
Oh,
It sounds like he's lactose intolerant.
I think he is.
Yeah. I love that.
Is your dad either Asian or black? Because that will be a common problem.
He's none. He's none.
Both.
He's not.
Both. Double lactose intolerance. Wait, doesn't that make you lactose tolerant? Double negative? Here, what's this?
You're probably French. What?
That was a meme some months ago. They're like, "Oh, you're French." Dead. Also,
You're probably French. Just get rid of them.
Sobs and Fiesta Sauce La Quinceanera. It just reminds me of the video of the tortilla on the record player. Shit in Detroit.
Yes.
She- this isn't weed.
It's cocaine, Shaggy. Why are you giving me Shaggy's cocaine? God damn.
Okay, this is too fun.
John Cena video. Cena. I started playing.
Yeah, I've lost 100% respect for John Cena. I used to
Yeah.
think he was a cool dude. Now he is nothing.
You know,
Sad.
I have lost 10,000 what do you call this thing? Fuck, I forgot the name. Points or something. What's the name? Social points. I lost 10,000.
Yeah.
You
I
lost
saw-
all your social credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Apparently,
my social credit.
there's a social credit score now for companies in the United States. It's like a woke score, and that's what's
Maybe
going
they should
on.
just go straight down for all the big companies is dead.
That's why you're seeing a lot of companies randomly will post some kind of weird like woke video that nobody likes. It looks like it's just going to destroy them, but I bet it's just to bring up their social credit score. That
with the woke.
With
Oh, you don't
the
like
secret
you don't like
social
our
credit
video?
score.
Well, you shouldn't say that with your social credit of negative 10,011 million. I remember I used this GIF a lot. I should still use it.
I don't get the video with the koi. What? Okay, I'll join BC in approximately 30
Voice
minutes
chat.
to an hour.
It's him just being slow to ever get onto the voice chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
used to say that a lot.
why a
Okay, I'll
koi?
join busy. I joined 3 hours later. Oh
It
yeah.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's just fun.
So today I was just looking at koi fish to buy.
Oh
I have
hell yeah.
3 that I bought recently to put in a pond that I take care of, and I'm gonna be adding 3 more to it. And
You
I
have a
took some
pond?
pictures of them. It's not my pond, but I'm going to be working and living around these fish for enough time that they're going to grow up, and I may take them with me or I may leave them there.
Okay.
They're my pets, and it doesn't matter if I can like hold them. You know what I mean? They're fish.
Yeah, they're fish.
And the other thing is, in order to take care of a fish like this, you're basically giving it to nature anyway. So there's a huge chance they die.
Yeah.
So, but if they grow up, nice. And I will be emptying and taking the fish out of this pond periodic for cleaning purposes.
Yeah.
So I will have chances to take the fish out and into my own pond whenever I can get one at some point. So currently I don't have the space. I don't even have the space to keep koi. But I'm also giving these koi a good home. Better than what most people who are buying these koi from Petco or PetSmart are gonna ever have anyway.
Oh, I see.
So
I mean, I did
the
order
koi
it
that
nowadays.
so I put 3 koi in there about 2 months ago, and they've grown 3 inches.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
They're getting big, yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to get up there. And fast too. These 2 right here in this picture, they happen to like bump into each other and get in the way of each other when I was trying to take pictures, which is a good trait in them. There's a bunch of other fish in there, and these 2 kept on like I couldn't get a good picture of them individually because they kept on moving into each other's way. So those 2 I think I'm going to be getting tomorrow.
Oh hell
And
yeah.
then
Those are the good ones.
there's they're long butterfly fin goldfish. I mean, not goldfish, koi. Butterfly finned koi. And then I think this guy, this is a regular koi that I just like his dark coloration.
Let's see the other one. Oh wow. Looks like the other one.
These are all just under 2.5 inches. They're like 2.5 to 2 inches.
Like a little baby koi.
Yeah.
They look good. I like the coloration.
That looks fine. Eatable at the end.
And I might choose that one or the one behind him. The one behind him doesn't have any of the yellow spots. It's just pure black and white with a little bit more dark colors to them.
Okay.
A little bit more darker.
Yeah.
I see.
I think that would look better.
Yeah. They both look
draw
like they
point.
came from like the same clutch or something.
Traveling into the air, and whoever is one of those
And-
5 that you're keeping that one.
What? Out of
Number 1 survives it. You keep it.
no, I might get all 4. So those
Oh,
2 in
that's
the upper picture and then the 2 at the bottom. I think I might start with 3 at a time. I don't know. All I know is that every time I go to the because I only go there like maybe once every other month. All of the fish are different, so.
Mhm.
Whoa. Yeah, you might not be
Hopefully,
able to get all of them.
hopefully all of these guys will be there tomorrow at least. But if I wait more than a week, they might be gone.
Yeah, that's true. Akuma, you cannot get a pet fish with how messy your room is.
Akuma, I have the perfect pet for you. Hold on.
Plus, these are pond fish. Like, these are going in hundreds of thousands of gallon-sized ponds.
Oh. Yeah, neither you can get those. You mean I'm not being mean? I'm just being.
Akuma became a cat. I want to hear Akuma hiss. I've heard her meow, but no hissing. Oh, yeah, that's a perfect
Oh
pet
yeah, the
for
pet
Akuma.
rock. It's a big fish actually, you know. The official.
Oh, you have a pet rock?
She has a pet rock.
My parents.
Oh, they have the pet rock. Hell yeah. Let me send you something. It's totally unrelated. Don't worry. It's unrelated. I don't want to send it. It's unrelated. Send it how quickly. It's unrelated, Akuma, you know? It is unrelated. It is there. That happens. No, it happens.
The Toma Cube.
Yeah.
Toma Cube.
Any one of those, but I need any one of those. I need one of these. But with Toma, give me a second. Let me see if it loads and if this is right. One. If you were to get a fishy, you will need to take care of play the fish.
My choice of fish and place to put it is both very responsible and irresponsible at the same time. They're being given to nature and they have a lot of food. They have a. For some reason, I'm hearing myself, and that killed my train of thought.
Oh.
Responsible fish, irresponsible placement.
Yeah, but then the fish have a chance to die through nature.
That's true.
But if they can survive, they'll have the best life that they'll ever have.
You know, it's a good deal, you know.
Oh, so it's like you're inside the cube.
Yeah, I want that. With Toma, you know. I mean, Pecora is fine. That's funny.
You can maybe make your own version of this by going into a Roblox place that allows you to change it or make your own.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe make your own VR chat server and then do the same thing.
I love pictures of Toma. With the big
Just
eyes.
make a small room and then have it to where you can change the picture through like one of the walls, like a code or something.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Probably funny. Change the pictures to all the walls to a picture. Maybe like upload that.
To a URL.
Yeah,
and it'll just actively.
Probably funny.
Where's this music from? I recognize it.
I don't know.
Very much. It's your music. You played it. I don't know.
I don't know from where is it. It's just a Dune. Your mom, but you know, I mean, any movie, you know. Well, this is not from there.
What is Akuma posting?
She's
from Petka.
Okay, I want to show like the fishy.
A beta fish? A platinum beta fish?
Beta fish.
Oh, white opal.
You should get a Sigma fish.
Sigma fish.
I mean, there's more.
There's a specific beta. Oh yeah, the koi betas are pretty nice. I like
I
koi.
want to get one now.
There's
a big boy.
you're gonna want to like go through them because there's a lot of different color variations, and there's some really cool ones, and then there's some okay.
You might get a shiny,
This one.
a red shiny Pokemon, a shiny fish.
I don't know if I should get. If I were to
That
get
one,
a milk
that
koi
one.
bed of
That one. It's like it's bold.
what?
No, not that one.
This
That
one.
That one looks like evolving.
I'm gonna see if they have a picture of the type of beta fish that I want to get.
I actually used to have a beta fish, but he died.
Yeah, my brother had a beta fish, and the beta fish is twisted, so No,
Does the page
why are you
turn?
laughing? Why are you laughing? It was really sad.
I'm not laughing.
Christmas. Because think about the where like he just did it and just killed himself for no reason.
Yeah, they don't have a picture of the
So-
one that I really like. Next time I go to the Petco that has the type of beta fish I like, I'll take a picture.
Oh hell yeah!
Do you
Oh,
think
actually,
I should get a beta fish? That's such a cheat.
I think I found the name. Now I need to see if there's a morph of the type, because there are different morphs of the same, breed.
You know, if
Oh.
every more, I'm gonna end because we already destroyed the topic of bad scary games.
Stuck him.
Destroyed the topic.
Yeah, we destroyed the topic. Like we just said, yo,
Yeah, probably because
I don't
of
expect any-
Acma.
any game because games were so bad. I
The run activation.
Yeah, I didn't really. I gave you my idea on that whole thing. I haven't played a horror game that is so bad that I can even remember it, and good that. Oh yeah, majority have been okay to good, but
I only have played like I want to say something more, but yeah, the scary games or horror games I have played there are just like a bunch of copies from one another, so they're really bad. I just play them because they're like so wonky, and I think it's funny. So yeah, yeah. I also want to say multiplayer scary games. Those
Like Phasmophobia.
no, not like I mean yeah, but I mean bad, like I don't know, Spider-Man or something. But yeah, this from Phasmophobia, which looks
Hmm.
great, fine, pretty decent. There's also Get Out, which is a thriller and horror game. That also looks amazing. But I'm talking like a multiplayer horror game that's like actually like bad, like bruh, who wants to play that bullshit?
I don't think I've ever run into like a multiplayer horror game that was bad, but I know they exist. I don't play enough of a multiplayer horror game. Usually, if I think horror, I'm thinking like I've had to play it by myself
Yeah, that's true.
type thing. Okay, that's friendly.
Okay, now that we
this is
Ooh,
Hmm?
it looks nice.
yeah, this is the morph and type. It's a type of paradise beta, but if you just look up paradise beta, you get a bunch of different looking ones. But I've seen some that look like this with the black edges that are really, because most of them, the black edge that you see there is like really, really short, like only 2 or 3 millimeters, whereas this is almost a full centimeter on the black edge. And then the blue is more in the body instead of going to the fins.
You know something? This fish actually looks like the picture. Like has the orange and like the blue. I mean, I don't.
Oh, I didn't think of it at all like that, but yeah, you're right. Kind of like the kite picture.
Yeah.
I can see
The
that.
kite is more teal than blue, but teal
Yeah.
is a blue with more green.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it was like you like him more because of the colors, maybe.
But yeah.
Those are nice colors. Yeah, also the fact that there's orange and blue and those colors are like really good together. They're complementary
Mhm.
color scale. They're like complete opposites, but they go
So
well together. So yeah.
So I had my last. So I've had 2 other betas before this. The regular purple one, that was my one that I had. That I liked it. It was fine.
No.
My friend had a female beta fish that I bred with it and everything. But then I had a half moon platinum that was opposite morph. So it was the body was fully black. None of the fin whatsoever was black at all. It was all white. So it was black and white. It was perfect. Just fin exactly. There was no like bleed over it, you know what I mean? Where like you could see on this one, the blue is bleeding onto the fin to where the fin is blue. None of that at all. Completely 100% black. The white was white.
Wow,
And this wasn't
that's-
a black. This wasn't a black beta fish. This beta fish was a platinum, so it should have been all white, its body, but it was a morph to where the body was black
off,
and
Patrick.
the fins were platinum.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
That's actually really interesting.
yeah.
That's like really cool. I mean, yeah, that's something
Oh.
that happens a lot. Cool.
Another thing I found out recently, there is a sea version of this fish. What do you call it? A saltwater beta? Salt what fish? There's a oceanic version that lives in the ocean. Marine. That's what it's called. A marine
Oh,
beta
marine.
fish.
Like the VTuber. Hell yeah.
No, marine as in it lives in the ocean.
I mean, yeah, but like the VTuber, that's also marine.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I never knew that there was a marine version of this fish.
It's really cool. What the fuck? It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm looking at. Oh, wait. I know what I'm looking at now.
Oh, yeah, because of all the dots, you're like, what? Wait, where's
Yeah,
the head? Where's the
I was
eye?
like, where's the head?
face?
So,
Yeah, I think
no.
that's the idea.
Yeah, that's the
So
idea, I think.
that big black dot, it wants you to think that that's its head, and
That's
it's
an eye,
huge,
yeah.
and it has a mouth
Yeah.
at the tail.
Yeah, I
and
noticed
so-
that. Yo, that's so cool.
And so if another animal were to attack this, it would try to attack the tail while it just runs away and maybe
Or it
survives the
wouldn't.
attack.
Or it wouldn't attack the tail because it will be afraid. Because of
Yeah.
the size. Yo, that's so cool. It looks so cool. I was like, yo, what the fuck am I looking at? What is this thing? Where's the face? Like, yo, that's a big head. So it works.
Mhm.
It actually works.
Yeah.
Yo, that's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of like images of animals that have that like fake head tail thing don't work, but with this one it works quite well.
Oh, these ones, they are really big now. I see them.
Hmm.
Wow. They were like small. I was small, but now I see the second picture. It looks like actually really big.
Spotty fish.
Yeah, so there's a marine beta fish I found out, saltwater version, and
Okay.
this is what they look like.
Huh. They look like they're on backwards.
Yep, that's exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah,
that
It is
out of-
amazing.
and out of
Yeah.
any animal that has the whole the tail looks like its head thing, this
Yeah.
one seriously looks like its tail is its head.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the
Real.
there's this thing that has a head that has tail that looks like a snake. And
Oh,
also,
yes,
There's a caterpillar that does that. I know that.
yeah, that's what he was just saying.
yeah, that's what it
Okay,
is. Yes, sir.
I had other noise going on. I couldn't hear it. Sorry.
Yeah, so we have one that like does a little bit of both. It has a head that looks sort of like a snake, but it tries to make its body look like a piece of poo. But when you touch it, 2 red things come out like a forked tongue.
Oh,
So it looks like all 3 of the above. Here, it's a swallowtail larva.
okay. You can look it up. I'm looking up the other one. So I'm gonna take the picture very quickly. There we go.
I'm looking it up. That's not a swallowtail. That
it's
is
not.
a monarch butterfly.
Oh, monarch. Hell yeah,
Yeah, what?
a monarch.
Black
Where are you guys posting that?
Plate.
Yeah. Oh,
Plate, but I only see the fish.
Yeah.
You,
No
you-
way. God, bingo.
Okay, yeah.
Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Like it actually looks like a snake. I mean,
Mhm.
more like a decapitated snake, but it's a snake nonetheless.
The best thing about that is that it's upside down.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
its
yeah,
belly
that-
looks like the snake head.
yeah, that one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then it puffs up too. It normally doesn't have that shape. It needs to suck in air to look like that.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
It looks really
Here's
cute.
here's the giant swallowtail without the headpiece coming out. I need to find the headpiece version because when you bother it, its antenna come out.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah.
pops
yeah.
up.
It really looks like poop. That's true. Or
But
has it maybe
but-
breathed in or something?
but it also has eyes. I mean, here, I found it, but I need to. I hate websites that don't allow you to click on it and save it. And
Oh yeah.
other
Yeah.
things.
Akuma says poo poo.
Poo poo. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it
found-
actually looks like a turd. No lies.
Yeah, but then when you look at it this way, when I post it, it looks like a snake.
Oh hell yeah.
That's the same animal.
Oh what?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I understand what you mean. Oh. Okay.
So it's trying to look like both a snake and poop at the same time.
So if
And then
you're
it's-
brave enough to eat poop, then get out. I'm
Yeah.
a snake.
yeah, you're like, "Oh, you're brave enough to come near me? Now I'm a snake and here's my tongue."
Yeah.
Because that red thing only comes out. Oh, taste it. I'm just saying that they know it tastes bad.
Oh
I
wait,
bet
I'm
there's some
bugged myself.
scientists out there licking this thing that looks like poop.
You have to do what you have to do. Science.
For science. And then this is what the butterfly looks like. I'm copying and pasting. And they mostly the plant of choice for these is citrus plants. So
Oh, I-
a citrus tree.
So they could be on your orange farm or something.
Yes. Yes.
So guys, if you see some poop in your orange farm, it might be
Might be a moth instead.
This
Or
is a butterfly.
Butterfly, yeah. That's what I meant.
it might not be poop. It might be a butterfly. So don't clean your poop on your
Abunda la caca?
God damn it, Akuma, don't make that joke.
I don't know what the first word means, but la caca. Da, 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 da,
Abunda,
da.
abunda means like it's like what's
A lot of
saying? A lot of-
Abundant.
It's
Abundant.
yeah, abundant. I was about
Abundant
to say
la
it looks
caca.
too much like abundant to not be abundant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is abundant. Oh yeah.
Abunda grande la caca.
I don't think it works like that.
No, it doesn't. Oh.
Not quite.
Here, I tried and failed. I'm gonna try and find this sentence. It might not mean anything.
Sentence of these two. Let's see what the sentence. I'm writing take right now.
Let's see. I know.
Sentence. Guys.
I'm looking. It was in a
Yeah, it's in
previous
the forward of my passenger seat.
chat that I had.
Bring
with
it here, I'll show you how to
somebody,
do it.
And I'm scrolling through it.
To own it.
Do you remember the name shared by award?
Should be
The-
brown.
Okay. There we go. I found it. I looked up the word verb, and that brought me to it.
Yeah. What's the name? What's the word? What's the phrase?